The following program contains adult language and juvenile conversations. Listener discretion is advised.
I'd like to just take a second to be personal and thank everyone who sent cards and letters to me and my family and messages and everything else about the passing of Red Cody. It was a rough week and things are only going to get rougher, but I appreciate everyone reaching out. I would also like to give my convalescing thoughts to our vocalist, guitar lady, and promotional manager, Myra K-Rock, who fractured her elbow. And is in quite a bad state. So we love you, Myra. You're the bee's knees, and get well soon. For right now, welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome all you little zombies. You are listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 287 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and apparently we give Nicole Kidman handjobs, right?
Before and after the show.
You have to have seen the movie to get it.
Or Colin Farrell handjobs.
Or yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're here, episode 287, and we are joined in studio by our good bud. It's been a while. Been fucking busy, huh?
Missed you guys. I fucking missed you.
You were just you were big timing us.
Yeah. Life got in the way. But I'm here now, and same with my Jack and Coke, so I'm happy.
And we are joined by filmmaker and our good buddy, Jarret Blinkhorn.
Hi.
You guys just fucking no-sold it. You're not even excited.
I know,
Jarrett's
right?
here.
This is like the most low-energy
Yeah.
day I've seen in a
What the
long
fuck?
Psyched,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, let me
Cool.
do that again. We're now joined by Jarret Blinkhorn.
Yeah!
Here we go.
Hand jobs for everyone.
I already fucking fucked him out behind Tasty Pizza. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because you guys went to Fancy Pizza.
Well,
Did you do a tour of pizza joints?
Oh yeah.
He blew me outside of Fancy.
We made multiple stops.
A little snowball action outside of Grafton Pizza.
What, you guys were eating Savage Dragon?
I gave him a chili dog. You guys know what chili dog is?
No.
Oh my god, you don't?
No. You gonna tell us?
It's when you take a dump on some girl's chest and then you titty fuck her after.
Does it have to be a girl?
Well, it has to have tits. That's
Mara's
what I'm saying. I gave him a chili dog.
It doesn't even sound appealing.
Chili dog.
It's fun. Don't knock it till you try it.
The shit part turned you off?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Raven Shadow's with that whole Savage Dragon 225 until the end, right?
I like that though. Yeah, I don't like feces.
No, we're talking about the snowball.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's cool.
He's okay with that.
Did you guys know it's National Compliment Day?
Yeah.
Jarret.
Oh, it's very intelligent of you to mention.
Oh, thank you.
Jarret, your hair looks really nice.
Oh, thank you. Your hair does too.
Thank you.
Not MZ's though.
No. Speaking of MZ, have you thought of a million more movie titles?
1,000,001.
Or how about even like one?
Or leave one more?
You know, it's funny. Jesse G fucking trumped you. He not only came up with a Time Warp movie, he came up with a movie that they changed the title because it didn't do as well. So he like fucking doubled down on you.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Okay, fine.
You've had a week.
Look, at that point, I was really, really tired.
It was at like 9 p.m.
I'm serious. At that point, when I do this show, I am very, very tired. So it takes a lot for me to get the energy to.
MZ, you're so brave.
Thank you.
That's a compliment.
That's a compliment.
Yeah. See, I got
a compliment.
You're a warrior.
You are a warrior.
You're like Tom Brady.
I aspire to be just like you.
That's right. That's a compliment. How about a compliment from you, Aries?
No.
That's a compliment right there, actually.
Yeah.
The
Just
fact that he didn't punch
answered.
you, yeah.
Thank you, Aries. I appreciate that.
Hey, I won't go too much into it, but I would also, amongst everything else going on, like, not that they'll listen, but thank Tiny White and Donna Matrix for helping out with so I didn't lose my house. So
did they have to break some thumbs or anything like that?
I think they just broke open a pen and a checkbook, but
well, that's awful nice of them. So we're joined by Jarret Blinkhorn in studio, and on tonight's show on 287, we are going to be talking about a flick entitled "The Killing of a Sacred Deer," and this film probably has an off-screen history already that we probably will get into a little bit, but it was an interesting week. We weren't sure if we're going to be doing the Wednesday Night Wars. Turns out that Bill and Chris, they're also big time on us. So actually, no, they're not big time on us. They have a lot of stuff going on. So we weren't able to schedule the Wednesday Night Wars. So we're hoping to do it for WrestleMania though. So we won't have a Wednesday Night Wars this time around for Royal Rumble. But we're looking forward to hopefully doing it for WrestleMania. And so instead, it just so happened that our good buddy Jarret Blinkhorn was like, "Hey, I miss you guys. I miss your faces."
I do.
And so we just made it happen. And here's Jarret.
I hope the Royal Rumble gets canceled.
So rude.
Just like Wednesday Night Wars did.
Yeah. Well, there was going to be a cruiserweight match, even though it was going to be bad, but then that guy had to go fucking get all rapey.
Yeah.
His fucking morals are as good as his in-ring talent. So now that guy's probably just fucking Cedric Alexander's probably just off the fucking show. It's the only reason I wanted to watch. Just sucks. I'm gonna lose my WWF hopefully after the Rumble. So.
Well, you can get rid of it. You can borrow mine.
I honestly hope cancer pick up.
Jesus Christ! You just hung up on cancer like a couple months ago.
Shit got dark real quick.
Yeah.
Don't star 6'9" cancer. That's the whole thing.
Use 10-10-220 on cancer.
Cancer, just kidding. No, let's hang out, dude.
New phone. Who dis?
Yeah. Hello, is this cancer? No. Oh, this is AIDS. Sorry, I want cancer.
Wow.
Wrong number. Wow. Jesus Christ.
Cancer, what are you wearing tonight?
Oh, Joe, we could go to a fucking dark place.
We just riffed on cancer and AIDS jokes.
Yeah, maybe we should. Jesus Christ.
Making the Cena box.
Happy
What do
Wednesday.
you mean you're hanging out with chlamydia?
You're still going on with that?
Yeah. If it's good enough to do, it's good enough to overdo. That's
He's just running.
That's my motto.
He's just running down his laundry list.
Soiled underwear.
Yeah. That was a dumb joke because not only was it not funny, like the fact that Montezuma's is going to get a sexually transmitted disease.
Hey, if I'm gonna get a sexually transmitted disease, I'm gonna give it to myself.
It's the only sex you have.
Huh.
Damn straight. Proud of it too.
Watch out for bubblers.
Don't have to kick it out. Don't have to give it any taxi money. Kick it out the bed.
Wow.
Just
This is going to be a very
just
dark show.
go over to my side and go to sleep.
Welcome to 1978.
Yeah, this is what
Tried
happens.
Fad diets, powders, pills. Still, my weight's been up and down like a yo-yo until the AIDS plan taught me how to take off weight and help keep it off.
AIDS may taste like a candy, but AIDS contains one of the most effective appetite suppressants you can buy, and there's no stimulant in AIDS that could make you nervous.
With AIDS, I ate less, so the weight came off. To help keep it off when I sometimes want things loaded with calories, AIDS helps put me in control.
The AIDS plan can teach you how to take off weight and help keep it off. Try new peanut butter AIDS.
That is one of the greatest commercials.
MC would totally
those
die
commercials.
twice for peanut butter AIDS.
I remember those commercials back in the day. I remember those.
But that must have been after.
No, this was before.
Yeah, it was before like a really
That was
like
pre-AIDS.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because I mean, it looked at least like mid 80s, but I mean.
AIDSies. 80s.
That's not good though. That's not good.
Those series of commercials came out in the early 80s.
yeah.
The term for AIDS didn't come out until around 1984. This commercial came out around 82, 83.
Okay.
And because of that, it became, because of this, it was because of AIDS, this commercial was the biggest joke of all time.
They sold a lot of units.
Why starve yourself when you can have AIDS?
That's awesome.
Now, new peanut butter AIDS.
That's the fucking best.
Where's my sour cream and onion AIDS? That's what I want to know.
Aries, I feel like Aries' face is sufficiently pissed off for both of us.
Yeah, but that's his resting face.
I think he says gas.
We'll know in a minute.
His resting pissed off face.
Oh, I noticed you guys got some new posters up.
Yeah.
Look at you, fancy pants.
Got a couple frames in here.
Yeah.
Just 2 frames, but
Not hanging everything up with paper clips.
I'm trying to move away from that. Frames are expensive.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Expensive. And I got shitty ones for like $40. Those are shitty ones. Like I bought 3 of them. One of them actually fell apart
Yeah.
before I even fucking opened it.
They do, but
Are those
they do.
the 27 by 40 ones?
By 40.
Yeah. Those things are garbage.
Yeah.
I use them. I have no problem with them.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. They're terrible.
They're garbage. Yeah.
I got
They're
3
shit.
of those in my basement, and they're the worst. They just keep falling off
Yeah.
the wall.
Yeah. I have one at home that's like literally I have like Gorilla Tape on because
Yeah.
it's fucking falling apart. You pay $40 and you get a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so on tonight's show, I think I started mentioning this. We're going to talk about the killing of a sacred deer with Jaja Blinks, and this should be an interesting discussion. And then, I don't know. We don't have anything else planned. We're just going to fucking shoot the shit
And drink.
and drink, and Raven Shell's going to watch Highway to Hell.
Yes.
What's that? What do you get there?
I was looking at the movie we're going to review.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I'm preparing.
What is it?
You look at the back of the box, you don't got to watch the DVD.
Speaking of which, there's a download code in there, and I never claim those things. So if anyone, no, you don't want it.
You
Fuck
don't
you.
want this one. Yeah, you don't.
If anyone
you don't get this one.
if anyone wants the movie for free, just
Nice.
leave a comment and we'll give you the code.
That's
Right?
awful nice of you. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Cool. I'm not gonna do it. That's all you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what Cornelius gave me?
What?
The
AIDS,
Fast,
peanut butter AIDS.
the Fast and the Furious codes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you have all of them now?
No, just what matters.
Oh, 5 through whatever. Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Ultraviolet digital. You must fucking hate digital. Blinks.
I never use them.
Like, you must hate Blu-ray.
No, I like Blu-ray.
Yeah, but you're VHS.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna they're not gonna release Killing of a Sacred Deer on VHS. That'd be very interesting. I'd
yeah.
be cool with it, but it's not gonna happen. So
They'd have to release
always
an SP to make all the dialogue fit.
yeah, well, see, my thing is like, I like Blu-ray and I like VHS. Do not give me a DVD. I will
am
never
the
fucking watch a DVD.
Exactly the same, and these guys were giving me the hi hat last week.
Yeah, no, I would never watch this. And this is bootleg too, so it probably looks like a
Probably looks like
VHS.
I think it is actually. It's probably VHS
Can we
copy.
pop it in?
I have that on VHS.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hook it up, bro.
I don't know. Do they still make VHS cassettes?
Just
Like-
in special runs. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make
Okay.
the-
Yeah.
Like
Here,
I-
here's another one. DVD for you.
Oh, there.
Oh, that goddamn movie.
Oh, this will never be watched. What's this?
MZ watched it.
This is one of your friends' movies or something?
What, you taking your pants off?
It's hot in here, MZ, right? You like it fucking
Oh, this
hot.
is the guy from Rock and Shock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not gonna watch it. But
Yeah, well, this is
I recognize
also
him.
this is also
oh, what's up, baby?
Whoa, why are your nipples so hard?
Whoa.
He's just waiting for that
What's
chili
going on?
dog.
It's not cold in here.
no. I'm wearing
Is that
the,
your?
this is in tribute to Red, because Red always
Ah,
wore the
yeah.
white T-shirt.
That is true.
Never wore anything else.
Except that gray sweatshirt we buried him in.
That's right. I was looking at his photos.
Here,
at
put
his
this in your.
gallery. Hold
put-
on.
Put this in your shirt and roll it up like Schneider.
I was looking at his photos on the gallery before we went in, and there's a picture of him. It looks like it's from the. It looks like it's from the maybe early to mid '70s, and man, if I swear to God, if I didn't know he looked like a young Dario Argento, just a little bit more filled out.
Yeah, no, I thought that too. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh my God! Did you
I didn't see that
notice it?
picture. No.
Oh
Or
my
at least
God.
I didn't think it if I saw that one.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm like, holy shit, is that Dario? Oh wait, no.
It's amazing. Like, I mean, this is gonna be a dumb statement, but like, just like his face filling out, like he was almost like unidentifiable from some of those photos. Like, other than if you like looked at his eyes, like.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Humble Eddie's in the chat room. Yeah, Humble Eddie says, Humble Eddie and the Hizzy, happy to hear you boys do the deep dive on that sacred deer.
Oh, buckle up, brother.
We also have Creepy Girl. We got Liana.
Nice.
We have Evil Corny.
Oh.
We got Dakota.
Nice.
I don't recognize. Have I been gone that long? I don't recognize half these people.
Yeah.
Hi.
The churn is real.
You guys are getting popular now. People actually like you guys. That's cool.
Depends who you ask.
Uh-oh, why? Is there stories? Can we tell a story?
What happened to the old people then?
Yeah, really. I think we've lost a lot more people than we've gained.
Who do we lose? Come on.
I don't know.
Let's dish.
There's no
Come on, let's give me the hot goss.
Ooh. I mean, people we've always had like kind of a consistent listener base on the live shows, but there's some people who used to hang out, don't hang out as much. They pop in now and then, so that shit happens though.
Is there anyone that like protests you guys?
No, I mean, not
for MC's nipples. They're like, I don't want to see those things poking through that T-shirt.
They just get sick of the same old shit every single week, after
Just
week
wear
after week after week after week after week after.
Oh, Hot
week.
Pants is in the chat room.
Oh.
Hot pants.
Hot Pants, yeah.
Just don't wear your 3D glasses.
What?
His nipples will get closer.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, Creepy Girl, watch out. Evil Corny says, I have nowhere else to go, so he's in for the long haul.
Thank you, Corny.
That's the only reason he's here.
And Dakota says, MZ looks so pale like that.
Yep.
With the white shirt.
I am kind of bleached out, aren't I?
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm whiter than Jim Gaffigan.
Oh boy,
I missed you guys. I missed
so Blinks, what have you been up to?
Yeah, man.
Give us the lowdown.
It's literally so boring. I don't even want to talk about it. I've just been shooting weddings and editing weddings.
Well, like
and-
shooting them up.
Yeah, I go in there with fucking Tommy guns.
Tommy guns.
No, I've just been really, really busy with work, and as of tomorrow, I will be officially caught up. And then I'm
Nice.
shooting a wedding next weekend, so
Shit.
I'll be back in the
Shit.
Yeah, so I had big plans for this winter, and now I'm just shooting weddings, so and family stuff, which is fun.
Yeah.
Daughter's in preschool now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you see any other movies that she doesn't like?
She is obsessed with Mac and Me, which is how you know I'm doing a really good job as a dad.
Holy
This movie.
wow,
that is
Yeah, she loves
Blinkhorn.
Mac and Me.
Wow.
Every time she's like, I want to watch the movie
That
with
is
the funny
fucking hilarious.
alien.
Do
And
you
I'm
watch
just
it
like,
on VHS?
that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
She's
rock
gonna
it.
grow up and not even know what Blu-ray is.
She loves it. That opening scene where they escape from the device or whatever, and they're running around. There's a scene where a helicopter is right near the fence, and the alien is like super stretched out, holding onto it, and then it flies onto a car hood and flattens out, and it has the googly eyes.
Yeah.
She is obsessed with it. Actually obsessed. It's, it's insane.
You know what's interesting? I bet you Tiny's kids know what vinyl is, but wouldn't know what the fuck a CD has going on.
Isn't that so weird?
Maybe they think it was a DVD because this might be some. But they don't like I wouldn't buy those kids a DVD. They wouldn't have anything to play it on.
My daughter knows what tapes are, so she's cool. I'll keep her around for a little bit.
This is probably a really silly question, but do like PS4s actually do they play DVDs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
So I wasn't sure. I honestly have not watched a DVD in.
They will not play
Years.
CDRs though.
Whoa, what's wrong with CDR? He's a good dude.
Yeah, they hate Cult of Muscle.
Not in a fucking
Oh.
teenage conversation.
Are you looking up Mac and Me on eBay right now?
Yeah, I am.
I have an extra copy on VHS if you want it.
No, it isn't that. It's just I'm looking up like this, like 8x10s and movie posters. And
I noticed Budnick from Salute Your Shorts is
Mac
in it.
and Me blouse.
Oh, what? Open that up. What is that?
I don't know. It's just
Bullshit.
oh, that's something else. Oh,
Hey,
never
Aries.
mind.
Aries, I like how you dress like a sexy cowboy.
Isn't he sexy? I said that.
Really, I like it a lot.
He's going to a sexy hoedown later on.
Style and profiling.
Mac and Me Laserdisc.
See, that's how you do it, Monster Zero. Look at fucking Aries.
How much is the later?
Aries is ready for 720.
Good.
Oh shit! First time Mike's in the chat room. He says evening family, and is that my boy Jaja Blink?
Yo,
How you-
fucking first time Mikey.
How you doing, my friend? He
What's up,
says.
buddy? I miss you. I miss everyone. Oh my god, this is like the first time I've talked to humans in a long time. Well, besides like brides and stuff.
They're not humans.
Yeah, no, they're
Neither are we
no, they're
sometimes.
It's been a very good year for work. I can't make fun of them. Just in case they listen,
right.
For some freak accident, they actually accidentally listen to
There's
this.
that one wedding that sucked.
Yeah, that one. I'm not saying who it is. It was, May 28th. No, I'm kidding.
At the golf course, it fucking sucked.
At Wright's Chicken Farm, who would have a wedding there?
That would be amazing.
That's a bad harbinger. Don't do that.
The amount of weddings that get Wright's Dairy Farm to do the cake is like ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They're like one of the most popular cake vendors, and it's amazing because I get to eat cake, so that's nice.
Well, you hear like that doing like
cake farts.
No.
Have you guys ever seen cake farts?
No. You have it on VHS?
Oh my god, you guys need to be educated.
Cake farts?
Cake farts. Are you Googling it right now?
No, I don't know what it is.
You should.
Cake as
it's
in
literally
like birthday cake?
A girl sits on a cake and she goes, all right, oh, you know what you like? Cake farts. Let's get this done.
It must be MZ's girl.
So she sits naked on this cake and gets like herself all in there.
Oh, Jesus.
And then you're not going to find it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You're definitely not going to find it on YouTube.
Yeah, there it is.
I had to do some digging last time.
The act of getting naked and farting on a cake.
No,
it's an actual video.
There's more to it than that.
No, but I'm just
that video that you
There's a lot
had,
of subtext in that.
That was the girl who did the cake farts. But I know that YouTube will definitely flag cake farts. But it's yeah, you should totally pull it up. We should just sit here in silence until we get cake farts.
I always feel enlightened by knowledge, but for some reason not this time.
All right, here we are.
Oh,
Okay.
Of course he found it.
Of course, yeah.
Not on my phone.
I'm just gonna look at some images first.
No.
Wait,
Don't spoil it. No spoilers, bro.
Wait, you want me to go jump right into the videos?
Do you guys need me to find cake farts?
No.
I think MZ found it.
No, cake farts, the music video.
What? It's so weird. I'm like the least perverted person, but so far we've been talking about like AIDS, chili dogs, and cake farts. All your new listeners are gonna be like that guy is fucking
Can
weird.
we put cake farts in Monster Zero's dating profile when we make it?
Oh, yeah. I think that's the episode title. AIDS, chili dogs, and cake farts.
Oh, man. That's bad. That's not good.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I almost spit out my drink.
You almost lost it.
Yo, someone's asking about cake farts, so that means they need it.
All right, hold on. Cake farts. Let me see here.
Just click on any link that's not YouTube.
Okay, then I just clicked on YouTube. Okay,
It's like all reaction.
YouTube.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
I don't want reactions. I want cake farts.
Yeah.
I don't want reactions. I want cake farts.
All right. I'm gonna look for cake farts.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, you look for cake farts.
Here's a reaction video.
XSplit.
No.
I
You
don't
said
wanna-
it.
I
You
don't wanna
said it.
react. This is like 2 Girls 1 Cup reaction videos. I don't want to see that. At least not until I see the video first.
Don't
This is the most ridiculous.
don't we have a 5.5 hour long movie to talk about?
No, it was 2 hours and 1 minute.
Like 2 seconds. Go to Pornhub. Can you pull that? Is this like a work computer or something?
No one loves going to
No, I just
Pornhub better than
googled
I-
cake
better
farts
than-
video, and like 4 links down it says cake farts pornhub.com. And
Okay.
it totally works just to hear the audio. You don't have to watch the video.
I don't want to. I'm not putting on my headphones, and I'm on this side of things, so I don't care what you guys watch or listen to.
Julie Meow Meow says cake fart is totally tame compared to 2 girls.
Oh yeah, but
Oh, sure.
I like farting better.
Do not watch Cake Fart if Julie Meow Meow is in the audience.
She's seen it.
Yeah,
No.
she's knowledgeable
She's a
about the
good
cake
girl.
farts.
That's a fine, nice cake you
It's
grab.
a- it is a nice
Made it.
See, how's it
Yeah.
you guys search for this for like 2 minutes and
Oh, that's a Petra's Farm cake.
You know what I like the most?
Petra's Farm
Turn it up.
remembers.
Turn it up.
Cake farts.
Cake. Is that what she said? Cake farts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hon, let's get this done.
Wait, are we doing an actual reaction video now? Is that what this?
No, I can do voiceovers because I know every word she says in this.
I can't wait to watch this.
Julie Meow Meow says I've seen pretty much every disturbing thing on the interwebs, Mars.
I think I'm gonna have to get.
Hey,
nice.
hey!
Oh, move your mouse. We can't see it.
All right.
Full screen.
Humble Eddie says Raven Shadow's concerned.
All right. I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Come on.
You can watch on your own time. We're probably gonna watch it over and over.
Shut
Look at the look on his
There's a
face.
preemptive one before. Oh. All right, turn it up more.
Raven Chow doesn't like
It's not
farts.
even the better one. Here we go.
Raven Chow doesn't like farts.
Here we go. Here's the best one. Ready?
Raven Shadow does not like farts.
Shut up! Shut up!
Fucking guy. Shut up.
It's like killing of a sacred cake.
There's your episode title.
MZ's giving himself a Nicole Kidman underneath the table. Well, you're welcome. My time here is done.
Trick.
Treat. Cake treat.
Oh my god.
Oh, she loves those cakes.
God damn! Imagine being the person behind the camera doing.
I'm sure you're imagining it.
So that's good radio, right?
Did you ever see those kind of videos,
That
Jarret?
was awesome.
That was awesome.
Why was it
MZ's
awesome?
a big cake farts
'Cause it's
fan. They have
great.
T-shirts and stuff.
I love cake farts. Let's get him a shirt.
We're sorry.
Wow.
I'm gonna search for a cake farts T-shirt.
Jesus Christ.
Julie Meow Meow, I can't quit you.
Why? Because she's seen every disturbing thing on the internet.
She loves me. Those two things. She's the only one in the chat room that likes me.
There's some strange shit on the internet.
You know how you should be
on the
worried
internet,
about-
but I've never seen that.
You know why you should
There's
be
one with her face and it just says, "Let's get this done." 'Cause that's what she says before she cake farts.
You know why we should worry about Blinks?
What?
He thinks that I'm the baby face.
I do. You're like the sweet cuddly one. He was trying to convince me that he's the heel of the show. I said,
I guess
no.
once again, it depends on. It's from a certain point of view, right, Raven Chow?
Yeah.
A certain point of view.
As a listener's perspective, MZ's that guy because he just yells "Shut up" the entire time.
It doesn't help that you honestly were just doing that 1 minute ago. I'm there.
Trick!
Now he's gonna be looking at cake bots the whole time.
Yeah, he's looking at cake farts T-shirt.
And the best part is that he looks at his phone the whole time, and then he will re-say all of one of our reviews verbatim, and we gotta sit and listen to it the whole time.
First time Mike says MZ is as interested as the gray-haired guys watching the movie in Demons. And Julie says I could recommend so many videos.
Oh, let's hear him.
Julie, don't-
Let's go through the.
Julie, don't ruin
Let's run
it.
the gamut right now.
I like to think of you cuddling puppies and stuff like that.
Creepy girl.
Chainsaw beheading. That's pretty hardcore.
Creepy girl says, "What Mars? I love you too, and I hate when I can't see you."
Chainsaw.
You want to switch spots, bro?
Chainsaw-
There really is no room for Mars on this.
Chainsaw
on this episode.
beheading.
Squeeze. Come here.
Don't I have Dr. Pepper and
I
pizza?
don't give a shit. You got Dr. Pepper on your crotch. No one's gonna see it.
We're making move. We're making room.
When I'm watching, I like to see your face as well.
Thank you, creepy girl. Now I'm fucking here.
You see? A little bit more. There we go.
I'm not dressed.
Evil Corny.
I'm not dressed nice today.
Evil Corny asks, "Is Al Cool okay? He looks traumatized."
I don't know about Al Cool, but Aries looks fucking pissed.
Who's Al Cool?
Tell him, Raven Shadow.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, it's a cat.
I forgot. I'm sorry. No.
Ra's Al Cool.
Ra's al Cool. That's right. So I picture Aries in some weird stuff.
Dakota says, "Give Raven Shadow a phone book and everyone scoot over."
What do you picture? What kind of weird stuff you picture Aries doing?
Nah, like weird, like you some weird sex stuff probably.
Like
Spaghetti
Aries,
farts.
Like Aries doing a cake fart?
No, but I think he's I don't know, his outfit's involved.
Like watching or doing?
Both. I've been in
mind
a
your
few
business.
rooms. Oh yeah.
Julie Meow Meow says, "Blue waffles. Photo, not a video."
No. No.
Ooh,
Julie, no.
I'm doing
Can we
it.
look it up?
You want to look? Yeah.
I will say that's my favorite Teen Ape thing of all time. It's in a movie that Teen Ape. It's not a Teen Ape movie.
Oh,
it's
I
just,
think I've seen Blue Waffles.
See, this
I
is
don't
why
know
I'm
what
over
this is.
here.
Image, bro.
Oh wow.
But you know, if you want
Blue
to use your
waffle
Amazon
disease?
link, we get a cut of it. Doesn't cost you anything, but helps keep the lights on.
You're so fucking weirded out right now.
No.
This is so weird.
Was
What's
that
your issue?
Is that an infection?
Yes. Oh, it's almost as blue as your shirt.
Listen, what is that?
Where's the blue waffles?
Dakota says, Christ, no blue waffle. What are you doing, Raven?
The gland. There's the gland here.
Put on your real fucking glasses.
These are my real glasses.
All right, you guys can look it up on your own.
Right. Yeah. Give me a phone, MZ.
Go to hell. Put it on your phone.
I don't want a virus.
Have your dad look it up.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? Yeah, you asked him to put.
I was trying to get the
blue waffle.
address for IHOP. I don't know what the fuck happened.
The irony is, if he puts in blue waffle now, he'll probably get trick or treat radio.
Oh, I see you on the air. That's good.
Has your dad ever watched live?
No, he's trying to find out what channel it's on. Still, he's not sure.
He's flipping through the TV.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know what the fuck.
He's watching the guide channel. Just keep on reading.
He's gonna be here next.
You ever sneak into your dad's room while he's asleep and give him
give him a
give
him the cool treatment.
Give him a little. How's your father? That is the worst game of secrets ever.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
That kid gave up nothing too. After that story, I'd just be like,
Yeah, it was definitely a fucking
what would have been the best?
knockout.
I'm sorry, this is terrible for radio, but after he gave that story, if he just looked at him and went, same. You'll find out later what we're talking about.
And then do like a fist bump.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Can we just talk about this movie and get it over with?
I would love to talk about this movie right now.
And then we can fucking look at blue waffles all night long. But if we talk about this movie at the same pace that the dialogue is metered, we're gonna be here till next February. So.
Wah, wah.
I am on my period. That's good. How? Like the dudes in Plan 9 for Outer Space were like, you gotta fucking pick this up, guys.
See, I thought I don't think we watched the same movie.
Yeah. We'll find out that we probably did. Yeah.
I'm a hack Wes Anderson.
What?
No, you mentioned something earlier, and we'll get to it. All right, let's do intros. Let's talk about this fucking movie right now.
All right, so I am Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, the Grand Guignol Network. Mine's getting almost as long as yours, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, it's a
one
pleasure.
of the co-hosts of the Outside Corner Fantasy Baseball podcast, and one of the co-hosts of the Five Horsemen Wrestling podcast. We also have Dynamo Mars, the immortal gunslinger, singer, lyricist for the Deadites, and since it's relevant, destroyer of cancer.
But he calls it
For
up
all the
every now and
fucking good
again.
it did me. I'm in worse shape now than when I had cancer.
How's it going?
That fucking sucks. It's terrible. Everything is awful. Everything
It's
is
like that. It's like that Lego song,
Everything
but opposite.
Yeah, everything is so fucking bad. Like I can't even think of like a good thing. Blinks. This red cup of whiskey.
Yeah, I was gonna say Blinks.
I was gonna say we've been together for like an hour and a half. You can't think of one good thing.
That mushroom pizza in front of you.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just gonna make me probably shit my
That
pants.
snowball outside of the pizza place. Come on.
Yeah. Both pizza places.
I know why you call it Tasty Pizza. This is like the most juvenile Urban Dictionary show we've ever done.
Yeah, right?
Hey, Jack Ketchum.
You guys shouldn't
passed
have me
away.
on this.
Not our Jack Ketchum.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that real quick?
Everybody's Jack Ketchum.
Well, no, our manager's name is Jack Ketchum too, you idiot.
No, I know. That's why I said everybody's Jack Ketchum, not our Jack Ketchum. You idiot.
Well, our Jack Ketchum is Jack Ketchum, so it's not everybody's.
You guys should fight about it.
In a way, we're all Jack Ketchum. I think that.
I am Jack.
I am Jack Ketchum.
Jesus Christ. We can always manage to fuck up like a nice thing. Mars.
Why can't we have nice things?
We just can't. Mars, you're gonna say something else?
He's just like, I don't have a lot of his collection, but I really enjoyed him, and his my respect from him comes from how frightened I was to read anything that he wrote because of how hardcore it seemed and how much of a wimp I am. So.
Yeah, it's a damn shame. I didn't know he was 71.
I was gonna say the same thing.
His
he
work
looked
with
way younger.
He did look way younger.
His work with Lucky McKee was, I think, rejuvenating for both of them.
Agreed.
Yeah, I got a couple of his books too, and
you're a big fan of a lot of his film adaptations, right? MG?
Yeah, The Woman and especially The Girl Next Door, which
I've never seen that one.
Oh, it's brutal.
I believe it.
That's a tough watch, I'll tell you. And
well, that's the tribute. No, I'm kidding.
That's how it's gonna end. Great.
I'm kidding. It's always sad when we.
no,
lose
I mean Aries. Have you read any Jack Ketchum's book?
No.
No.
Aries read.
Wow.
You know, Aries is probably in the running for the smartest person on this panel if you listen to the film review. So
I can't wait for this one.
he's not the nicest or the most handsome, but he's smart. He's always got something to say. You have to wait 45 minutes for it, and it comes out usually in one burst, but it's smart.
Julie Meow Meow says, absolutely love Jack Ketchum, most realistic horror I've ever read.
Yeah, he was cool, man. I mean, when I got to meet him, I got to meet him a few times, and one time, the first time he noticed my Nosferatu tattoo, and he like fucking fell in love with it.
Didn't you show him the Gorgonite?
No, I didn't show him the Gorgonite. All other tattoos I think were concealed. Just the.
What about the wizard?
The wizard was hidden.
The Jimmy Snooker wizard.
There is still no explanation for what made you fucking go into somewhere, give someone money, and let them put that.
I know
on
what the
your body.
explanation is. He wanted a fucking tattoo, and he didn't research it. You picked
No, I
something
did
off the wall.
research.
No, you picked it off the wall.
Yeah, I did pick it off the wall.
Pointed out the picture. That
You
one.
picked one
number
off
5.
the wall?
That's what,
Oh, that's like the big no-no.
Oh, I know.
That's like wearing the band's
Look,
T-shirts
that
at the
was my
show.
first-
Like, you just
That's
don't
worse.
do that.
That's worse.
It was my first tattoo. I know that now.
Why
know?
didn't you
I mean, when you get
I
your first
remember my
tattoo,
first.
I don't know everything about tattoos.
He was
when you get your first
experimenting.
tattoo.
Well,
Yeah,
no, you
he
get
was
something that
young.
means something to you.
Well, I look at the wizard and the Gorgonite as
It's a battle warrior.
I'm sorry, let's just not have this conversation right now.
It's a barbarian.
I look at my wizard and my Gorgonite.
I'll tell you, my life is terrible. Like, we'll talk about wizards and Gorgonites. Listen, why
Yeah,
didn't
let's
you
talk
get
about
a fucking
amazing
werewolf?
filmmaking.
why don't I get
Yeah.
a werewolf?
Yeah, like you like werewolves, right?
Johnny, you with me on
I
that
dig
one?
werewolves. Sure.
Okay, good.
Why didn't you get like a Frankenstein or something like
Yeah.
you don't like wizards? Like, why would you get that? Would be like me getting like Donald Trump on my body. Like, you have no like.
I will pay for that tattoo if you get
You
it.
have like
Because
no
at the
affinity.
time-
Let's go on the live show right now. Let's bring it on the road.
Yeah,
and
At
get tattoos.
the time
Go
when I
fund
got
me.
this, I was more into fantasy than I was not so much more into
And
fantasy than
wizards
horror,
and Gorgobites.
but I was really into
Gargamels.
Then get 2 girls on a waterbed. Something outrageous.
Two girls that don't want to
I was more into fantasy, you know, like
D&D
you know,
was big in the 70s.
wizards
so.
and warriors sort of thing. You know, I was kind of into that.
But you make fun of me for playing D&D all the time.
Yeah, but your Gorgobite will not.
Yes, but you
I don't
only
make
have a
fun of you
miniature. I have a permanent.
I don't make fun of you for
awesome.
playing D&D all the time. Just some of the time.
My
The
wizard.
rest of the time, I
will
just leave you
feature
alone.
Gorgobite.
I honestly, if any of you have a like, it doesn't even have to be high caliber. We're like in a very confined space. Just something that'll get the job done. Just please,
We're near Windows if you want to.
please. No, we've had this conversation. Like, if I jumped off something, I would just get hurt.
Yes. Julie says, let's talk about VHS. Everybody
Yes,
loves
please.
VHS.
I love.
Speaking of VHS, actually, that's a good question. Any new acquisitions for Blinkbuster Video?
No, I got the walls back up finally.
That's an
Blinkbuster Video's
acquisition. It's back in business?
commission. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. It's open and ready for rentals. Yeah. For
Still waiting
anyone
for
who
my,
didn't
rental
know,
card.
I don't know how to make it, but get Nick over here. He made a mock up, right?
Oh yeah.
He has a membership card.
Oh yeah.
For those who don't know, my basement, aka Blinkbuster Video, got flooded. Not flooded. We got water in the basement. It wasn't a flood. Nothing got none of my tapes got damaged or anything. But
is that a euphemism?
For what? Cake farts?
You go water in the basement?
There was cake farting in the basement and got a little out of control, and water got everywhere. What?
Oh, no.
I thought you raised your hand.
Oh no, I was
like, what is it?
I was overclamped.
So yeah, over the winter break, we did some renovations downstairs, and I got the walls back up. And this time it's bigger and better than ever. Because before it was just like 10 feet of wall, and then there was like a little kitchen set up on the side. So we ripped out the kitchen and just made it more VHS wall.
Nice.
So there's 7 rows, 20 feet long of horror tapes that are up on the wall, and then I have like the carts and everything. It's pretty badass. Maybe I'll go on the fib or whatever. How do I do this?
That's what I said, Jared.
Last thing I Googled was Cake Farts t-shirt.
Show him.
Did you make
no, I think I know how to do it. I'll post a pic, bruh.
Did you expand the adults only section?
No, that's not up yet. Well, right now, that's filled with all my child's toys.
It's only Cake Farts. That's all you can do.
While Blinks is looking for that picture, can I tell everyone here, maybe only super old listeners will appreciate this, but something amazing that did happen the other day?
Yeah.
So I was talking to, the next day after we had Red's wake, I was talking to KMC's aunt, and she told us very nicely that all the people, as you know, so Red, KMC's father, was obsessed with trains, and he would go hang out at the train yard. Tell me how fucking amazing this is. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together about a part of it. So, how can I word that? Okay, got it. So we were talking, he goes, all the train people were there, and it was very nice to see crazy old Rick. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, crazy old Rick. He works at the train thing and was very good friends with Red, apparently.
Wow.
I'm like, what do you mean? I thought she was like bullshitting. Then I went through the guest book, and sure enough, crazy old Rick was fucking
Holy
there
shit.
last night. Well, that night while we were all fucking there.
Wow.
Holy cow.
How would he couldn't hear anything, and he can't speak. How did those conversations go? Yeah, how you doing, Red? Welcome to my domain, the train yard.
The train domain.
Yeah. And you know what? He was obsessed with model trains, too. They probably had so fucking much to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to come over and play trains and listen to Ain't I Got a DeVita? Red, back in the day, you ever listen to some of the old Tull? Amazing. This is like
Crest of a Knave.
If only he knew I had his punch-out card on my desk right now.
He never punched out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How do I post a picture on this thing?
Right?
I'm so bad at everything.
I think you have to hit, let's see, is it the...
Post?
Yeah, do you see the little kind of...
Paint
thing? Yeah. Click that, and then I think from there, there's a link to post an image.
It has to be on... It's asking for like a website. Insert image. It's like a HTTP. I just want to post it off my phone. Yeah, whatever.
You're a very talented filmmaker, Jarret.
No, what? No. I have VHS tapes. That's about it. Cool.
This is exciting.
All right, let's talk about movies.
Well, we still got to do the rest of our...
Oh, shut the fuck... MZ and Raven Shadow and people. Let's talk about... let's talk about me.
Yeah, well.
Leader of the Wizards and Gargamels.
Gargamels everywhere. All right, we also have the vulgar guru of horror, star of Blood Pig's Fetus, and the upcoming Morbid Tales, one-time contributor for Horror Hound magazine, Monster Zero.
That's me. Hello.
We also have the triumph riding, stage erecting, chief of security, and America's sweetheart, Ares, God of War.
Hello.
Yes. And that's it for the show.
That's not how it goes.
Oh, shit. Did I forget someone? There's so many people in here. I forgot.
There is, well, I mean, let's get to everybody.
I'm just trying to avoid it. It's too fucking long.
Listen, if I had a nickel,
Holy shit, that's like a paragraph.
Listen, Jarret,
That's like words.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd owe someone 10 cents.
We have the chain-smoking, hand-kissing, baby-shaking, lorazepam-loving, former comic book reading nerd, the official smoke chamber for Castle Wolfenstein, the Pippa Promotions, the Italian rapscallion, the professional bullshitter,
Oh my God,
the cool
really?
principal, the proprietor of the sexy speakeasy, and the Parisian brouhaha himself, Michael Ravenshadow.
When did you add like 6 more things?
Oh, you've been gone a long time, Jarret. There's a whole lot of machinations.
As you can tell, he's accomplished so much.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yo, pimp those promotions right now.
Yeah, I'm pimping right now. It ain't easy. You know?
Pimple promotion.
Pimple Promotions.
Yeah, it's nice. No, there's a lot of, you know, as we get older, as
There's a
time
lot
goes
of you
by,
know.
You know
there's a lot
what?
of
Any one of those you can't spell, you have to get rid of.
Listen, you don't have to spell things.
Do you think if I admit to tampering with the election, they'll come and take me away? Because I don't ever want to hear that intro again.
Do you want? It's a good intro.
It's not good. It's bad. Just the sexy speakeasy part is the fucking worst.
That was in there.
What's that from? I remember
We added it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, there was one in there. The Cool Principal. I remember that. That was fucking awesome.
So he's got a room in
I'm
his
okay with
house
that one.
that he's named the sexy speakeasy.
Which consists of
Is that the one where your parents knock on the door when you're boning? Or?
That was my bedroom at my parents' house. But I'm a grown up and I have my own house.
Knock it off.
Yeah, no, I knock on the doors because I get
Knock it
excited.
off.
But no, it's nothing wrong. It's a cool name, right? If you had a special like room where you could like have your own like.
It's a futon.
I do. It's called Blinkbuster Video.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't have that kind of space, But I got a futon. I got a rug.
Don't you have a house?
You
the
own
whole
a
house
house.
is your space.
Well, yeah, but I want different rooms to do stuff in. I'm gonna have a comic
Fair.
room.
I'm okay with it.
Evil Corny says you forgot Al Cool, the vampire dude.
That's right. I was getting a little long.
Well, I did put the Parisian Brew Hall.
Right.
Yeah,
It's not too on the nose.
Creepy Girl says, Jarret, did you know I was a manager of Bus Video Store, Video City?
No, I did not, but that's awesome.
There you go.
Do you have anything that you can send me?
For free?
Like tapes or...
Creepy Girl, she said, Mars, I'm thinking fight me, you long-ass bitch. What does that mean?
Creepy Girl said that?
No, Julie Meow Meows, I'm sorry. What does that mean?
You didn't see that fucking thing on the fib? It's good. It's like a little golden book. And it's got
the dinosaurs.
A T-Rex and a Brontosaurus.
Okay,
it fucking cracks me up every time.
Fight me, you long ass bitch.
I love that stuff.
VHS, not bus.
Julie says, quick, what am I thinking?
Tacos.
Nope, the Mandela effect.
Oh, I was way off.
Howie Mandela?
Howie Mandela. We also have Carlos hanging out.
Carl. Does anyone watch Walking Dead still?
My chat
No.
is not working.
Okay.
I do.
What's Walking
I
Dead?
do.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's TV.
Why is my chat not working?
I don't know.
We'll talk, Jarret.
We'll talk.
The last thing I have is quick. What am I thinking?
Refresh it.
Coral. Someone posted Coral.
Coral.
Thank you.
Coral.
Coral. Carlos.
All right, so we should probably head to break soon.
Thank you.
You need a smoke, Raven Channel?
Yeah. No, I'm not. No, I'm not thinking about me. I'm thinking about others.
Who? Who are you thinking about?
Jarret Harris.
Yeah, is that way
Oh,
like
so-
bouncing a mile a minute over there?
No, I'm thinking about everyone else needing a break from the cake farts and the AIDS and the...
So Raven Chow, you gonna hang out in here when they go smoke then? If you're thinking about
it's dark outside. I'm gonna go with those guys. they might get
so
scared.
nice.
Yeah.
Raven Shadow, you're my hero.
Thank you, Aries. Timestamp. I like that. This is nice.
Oh man. First time Mike says I had at least. First time Mike says I had at least 15 video store cards.
Oh, send them all my way.
Creepy
please.
Girl, you're in good company because both Johnny and I were managers at video stores too.
I was assistant manager.
No, well, I was like a key holder. I wasn't officially.
Oh, okay.
You were an ass man.
Yeah, close to
I
that.
went to them a lot.
Yeah. That's. I think I'm pretty sure I told that story, but that's.
But to be fair,
that's how I met Mars and Tiny from.
But to be
the video store.
Fair, Slacks was the manager, so that doesn't. It wasn't a very.
He was the actual manager.
Yeah, it was a very
Oh.
tight chain of command.
What are we fucking laughing at, MZ? Share with the rest of the fucking crew.
Another Raven J.
Yeah, another Raven J.
Raven J is
Oh, did I miss one?
He did amazing black and white of
Yeah.
Monster Zero's illuminating white tea.
That is amazing. Holy shit, let me share this. I gotta share that shit. Oh my god.
Everybody's freaking out, and I'm like,
Oh my god, this is my first time being Raven Jade.
Yeah!
Oh my god. I love it.
You got Raven Jade.
I fucking love it. I hear and see everything. And I'm so flattered right now.
look at Raven
to be
Shadow.
next to that fucking...
Look at the stern look on Raven Shadow.
You just smoking. You don't even give a shit.
I don't like that. That's not for me.
You look like you should be in Daria.
Look at my nipples.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Matt Murdock can see your fucking
Look at
nipples.
my nipples.
That Murdoch can see your nipples.
Ray Charles is like, put a shirt on, motherfucker.
That's amazing.
This is amazing, Raven J.
Wowzers. He's fucking good, dude.
I want to give him a high five.
I'll give him a smooch.
Smooch and a kiss.
I want to give a Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I'll give him a
Looks like I'm
NCM.
giving myself a Nicole Kidman.
An NKHJ.
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh. It's like an industrial band name.
Industrial band name. NKHJ.
All right, we need a break.
Wouldn't that be dope? That'd be fucking nice.
Julie Meow Meow says, I got left at a video store when I was 8. That explains so much.
Sorry that happened
I don't
to
know
you.
if that's horrifying or awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for awesome.
No, that's awesome.
Hot Pants says he worked at Blockbuster for a day.
Yes.
Carlos said, I briefly worked at a Blockbuster, then left for a mom and pop shop.
Oh,
There
good for
go.
you.
Good.
Leanna says Ravenchild looks like a gray alien in that picture.
Thank you. Yes.
First time Mike says, I like how Ravenchild was just smoking.
Nothing's going to interrupt that.
I like your posture while smoking, too. You smoke like a 1950s floozy.
Julie Meow Meow says, I survived on stale popcorn and Twizzlers.
Nice.
That's why you love her, Mars.
And she lived to tell the tale.
I'm a little worried she might actually be my kid, though, now that A, she got abandoned, and B, her dietary choices.
And Corlos says, quote of the week, look at my nipples.
It's fucking great, Carlos.
It is a little weird that those shit's still fucking hot.
Leanna says, I love that MZ is always an orc.
Oh, he's a fantasy fan, so that's probably a problem.
Oh, Julie says, twist ending, I'm still there.
Nice.
I got cloven hooves too. Whenever he draws me, full body, I have like cloven hooves, and my hands are all like gangly with claws and shit.
Does anyone watch Parks and Rec?
I've seen the
TV
first
show?
couple episodes,
Have you
couple
seen
seasons.
a good amount of it? Where Ron Swanson always talks about his wife, Tammy, and says she has cloven hooves.
Is there
every time she walks around, he's like, I can smell her. I can smell the sulfur off her cloven hooves.
I watch Happy. Anybody else watching Happy?
My dad told me to watch it. I have yet to do
Aries just waved at me on the radio to answer a question. No one ever would have known. I would have been alone.
Oh, shit. Raven J says, want a full body MZ?
No.
Yes.
No.
Doing the tuck dance as a gargoyle.
Yes. I like every single word of that.
Oh, my God. Raven J.
He's working on it right now.
If you
Make
can
it
do,
happen.
No, all of a sudden he's
a-
immediately like,
If you can do a mashup of MZ as an orc doing the tuck dance where his hands are all out, that would be amazing.
Make
as
it
a,
so.
as a
You do
wizard,
that,
Luddite.
You do that, I swear to you, I will print it out and I will hang it on my wall.
I will print out a wallet size and keep it with me forever.
We're gonna make that a T-shirt. And you're gonna have to wear it.
And it'll say kid
Oh.
farts at the bottom.
Raven says done. He said done. I cannot wait. Holy shit. All right, so let's head to break while we wait for that. So
Oh, Jesus.
So if you guys want to help support the show, you can do so a few ways. Head to trickortreatradio.com. On the side there, you're going to see a link for Amazon. If you guys do shopping on Amazon, click on the link. Everything you purchase in that session gets attributed to us. It doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
But it helps keep the lights on.
That's right. And also, if you guys want to do some live streaming, you want to do a live podcast like we do, watch us play. Let's play, watch us die, whatever the fuck. You can do so by using our friends over at Make Some Noise!
XSplit!
XSplit. It was funny, yeah.
Do you not understand how a camera works?
I think he understands better than all of us.
Do the whole show like that.
I saw your brain.
The show and brain. Johnny, everyone's leaving to go smoke.
Yeah, I'm going to keep you longer.
Damn it. Sucks. Don't close the door.
And if you guys want to buy some stuff, head to trickortreatradio.com, click on store, and you can buy some digital content. You can buy some physical content. Go ahead, help us out. And we also have a donate button. And I appreciate we actually got a donation recently from our good buddy Evil Corny. So
Wow.
Thank you, Corny.
thanks so
you,
much,
Corny.
Corny. We appreciate it, bud. If anyone else wants to do that, go ahead and find it on the front page of trickortreatradio.com. All right, Raven Shadow, you sit down to watch the killing of a sacred deer. How in the world do you prepare for this movie?
It wasn't fucking easy, Johnny. There was a lot going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was, I thought we were going to watch another movie. The Pats were in the playoffs. You know, go Brady.
They still are.
Well, I know, but at that time we were getting ready to watch a movie, it was looking bad. But they won because Tom Brady's the best of all time. He's perfect and he's beautiful.
He's the GOAT.
I don't like that.
Why?
Because isn't a GOAT a bad thing in sports? If the GOAT was in Chicago, right? The GOAT is not a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing when it's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but get a new animal.
You could be smoking.
Yeah, you know what you are, Raven Shadow?
What?
You're the boat. The best of all time.
Ooh, which is a good segue for the world's dopest tag team. We are the best there is on the boat. That's what
There
we
are
do.
no fucking special features on this Blu-ray.
Or the boat. So
Special feature is an improbable conundrum.
So we got conundrums.
I fucking hate this director.
Dynamo's mad. Pats are going to the Super Bowl. Are we going to fight over this movie? People are going to throw bows? People are going to get angry? People are going to set a fire? I don't know. But I strapped on thinking about it.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites.
This is Matt Kennedy of Astron 6. You might know me as Manborg. You might know me as Father John Sullivan in Father's Day. But what's important right now is that you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. I'm the guy who put the Leia back in Himalaya. And as I'm wandering around the mountains up here, checking out my Twitter feed, there's nobody I like to follow more than my good friends the Deadites. The Deadites make songs, fight monsters, podcast, and they're on Twitter. What the hell else do you want, you selfish sons of a bitches? At any rate, you want to follow the world's greatest electroshock monster hunting band? Like your friend the Yeti does. Go to Twitter and search for @the_Deadites and let the fun begin. All the Yeti bitches love the Deadites. So if you want to meet girls, especially Yeti girls, follow the Deadites on Twitter at the Deadites. Peace in the Far East, everybody!
I can tell you I'm never coming back on this show. Especially now that I did that thing that you just didn't do. Which I will be sending you an invoice for.
And we're back.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, yeah, we're back.
Hey.
Mars, are you really questioning people say fuck the Patriots? Everyone. If you don't live here, people hate the fucking Patriots.
It's probably people.
They've been to 10 Super Bowls and we won 6.
And also like the fact that the quarterback and the coach voted not the way that people, certainly not us, but not the way people wanted it to. Like the whole team
I mean, that may have something to do with it, but I think people felt that way long before that happened.
Yeah, well, people hate winners. Look at why they don't like me.
Look up the definition of winning on Urban Dictionary. It's a picture of Mars.
Not lately, but going through a fucking Ric Flair 2005 instead of like a Ric Flair 1985.
All right, so we're going to talk about the killing of a sacred deer.
But out of the corner of my eye, it looks like he should be standing outside a cigar shop in the 1820.
What's wrong with this shirt?
No, the shirt's
nice.
good. No, the shirt's fucking perfect. He just looked really stiff out of the corner of my eye. Like you should be chasing Billy Worth around and scalping him in Creep Show.
Have we met?
All right. Julie wants to know, is this movie about an actual deer?
No.
No.
Dakota says it's a sequel to Bambi.
It's metaphorical.
Pizza.
No deers. No deer.
Yes, dear.
No deer.
No dear.
All right, Killing of a Sacred Deer from 2017.
Yes.
Recently hit VOD and DVD Blu-ray. Is rated R, and it is 2 hours and 1 minute.
I just figured it out. They started making this movie, but then the deer got killed at the beginning of Super Dark Times, and they didn't know what to do, so they just meandered around for a couple hours.
This is a drama horror mystery, and it is directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. I think I'm saying that right. Do you know, Jarek?
I think so.
Yeah. And is also written by Yorgos Lanthimos and I'm not good at Greek.
Yeah.
I think it's Efthimis Philippou.
Ooh.
I believe that's his writing partner.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And the film stars Nicole Kidman, Alicia Silverstone, Barry is it Kean or Keegan? I think it's Kean. Colin Farrell, Raffi Cassidy, and Sonny Suljic. And the synopsis: Stephen, a charismatic surgeon, is forced to make an unthinkable sacrifice after his life starts to fall apart when the behavior of a teenage boy he has taken under his wing turns sinister.
I don't think he was charismatic.
In his own right, he was.
I mean, he was Irish. But that doesn't equal charisma.
So I guess that's the same thing, huh?
That's about as charismatic as the Irish get.
All right, so when we found out that we weren't doing the Wednesday Night Wars, and Jarret had wanted to come on the show, we asked Jarret, hey, what would you like? We typically like to have our guests help in selecting, and Jarret gets carte blanche, so I said, pick a movie. It's your choice.
And I said another movie.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I want that on the record, because there was a shitstorm.
He demanded this movie.
That's just so you know, that's how it looked on our end.
No.
Jarret is unmovable on concrete.
I didn't say that.
I'm going to pull up the text.
He did recommend another movie, and because these guys can't afford VOD, it wasn't an option.
All right, so the first one, hold on.
Speakeasies don't fucking pay for themselves, you know what I mean?
Well, pretty soon the Speakeasy is going to be the fucking secret Maz's room. So
The Maz Dojo.
Yeah, I got the text here.
All right, I said I've watched like 9 new movies all year. I'm trying to catch up on movies I wanted to see in 2017 now. Just popped off A Ghost Story, which was great.
Mars would have loved that one,
yeah,
I'm sure.
I fucking love that movie. And then I suggested Psychopaths, which is Mickey Keaton's new movie.
Yes.
And then we, chatted for a little bit. And I said, also, there's Killing of a Sacred Deer. And all of a sudden, that was taken as Jarret needs to review Killing of a Sacred Deer beyond me. That literally all I said was, also, there's Killing of a Sacred Deer.
It was
and
also
then all of a
like
sudden,
2 days later.
I get text messages that's like, you're a terrible person for suggesting this movie.
And I think
that's all it was.
I think that's
like,
exactly what I said too.
Yeah.
No, I think
no.
that's why
You thought I gave him a weighted list, is what you said.
I thought
you said,
list,
what was the weighted list? It had.
I thought the list was like in lowercase Jigsaw.
Killing the Sacred Deer,
and then in like all caps, Killing of a Sacred Deer, 2 through 5.
So literally all I said was the movie title plus 2 other words. Saying also there's...
I can't get into why we couldn't do the first one. I
Okay.
can't talk about it on the air.
Logistics.
Fine.
with these jabrones. But we had access to another one. I'm not saying you.
Is this the point and fingers game right now?
You're not a jabroni, Mars.
Yo, let's tell secrets. Let's play the secrets game.
Yeah, don't play secrets. It's a bad game.
I snuck into Raymond.
So yeah, I said also there's this movie that's out, which I was personally very excited for, but I know it's not really in the wheelhouse of Trick or Treat Radio because not specifically horror. So that's why I just said this as a suggestion, and I guess that was not a popular.
I refuse to
not a
believe
popular
Scotty
one.
Axe doesn't have a movie out. That guy puts out a movie every day.
So yeah, so killing a sacred deer, and then I told everyone what we were doing, and I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I got mad and then gave a couple of suggestions on how to make the show better.
Yeah, a couple. Maybe a 30-minute diatribe.
I'm still trying to get caught up with everything you wrote.
Manifesto, if you will.
The Mars Manifesto.
Listen,
Like Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire.
it's been a while since I've said this. Maybe the Cornies and Julies don't know this, but it should be well documented that what everyone else thinks is an opinion. What I think is a manifesto.
So it's very accurate that the Mars Manifesto.
I mean, I might have
Manifesto Destiny.
I might have gave my opinion over about 10 or 11,000 words, but the reality was I was just trying to make the show better.
You broke Messenger.
By saying
I should send them all to Jarret.
by saying Monster Zero isn't qualified to watch this movie isn't an insult to Monster Zero. He's also not a plumber or an astronaut.
Well, he's got the crack to prove he's a plumber.
Ooh.
So MZ, did you bring your A game for this one, or
we'll find out.
He brought his.
He brought A game.
brought his-
It was Transformers.
It was Clue.
Paid by numbers. No, I panicked.
I panicked.
I couldn't think of a game.
Oh shit! All right, so yeah, there was much deliberation about this. We almost changed last minute. Didn't happen. We ended up doing it. So we're doing the killing of a sacred deer. It's a
it's
very
not
busy
my
week.
fault.
Because the film that
Not. I want this on record. It is not my fault.
What does it say? Also, there's killing of a sacred deer.
Yeah, that's it. And then all of a sudden, shit blew up past me. It comes trickling down to me. I get like texts. I'm trying to enjoy like a wonderful afternoon with my family,
Yeah.
and I keep getting texts like, "The movie you chose was wrong." Like I didn't choose anything.
You've single-handedly driven a wedge between the
I
hosts of
broke
Trick or Treat Radio.
I broke it.
Backpedal all you want. This is your fault.
The killing of a sacred podcast.
It is, I guess, but
But Mars had the option to pick a different movie, and he ended up going with this. He's stuck with it
He's a
against
trooper.
against his better judgment. That's
He
what I was.
sallied forth.
That's what I was getting at. He's a trooper.
It took a long time.
There were no other options.
So
Out of all the movies in the world,
let's just break it down. Let's hear Mars's review
break it down.
of this
Yeah, there was a million options.
of this movie.
Yeah, there was a million options, and I picked one.
There's a million options. Transformers 6 Deeracon's Attack is what First Time Mike says. All right, so let's get into this fucking movie.
Let's hear it, Mars.
No, I don't want him to start.
I want him to start.
Jarret is our guest.
Oh,
you don't want me to start. Well, all right.
Well, you don't have to start, but
I will start the discussion by talking about his past films.
Okay, please. Yeah,
because
that's a good place to start.
When I first saw Dogtooth, I said this is definitely in like my top 20 movies of all time.
Wow, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, it's fucking incredible.
Let's do it next week.
For me, it
Do you want
hit
Mars
all,
to leave the show?
No. For me, it hit all the right spots. His films, especially that, and after like he did this movie Alps 2 years after that, which was great. And then he did the Alps.
Alps.
Hey, Willie! Willie!
Alps.
His movies always seem very high concept. This one is not in that realm as much as the others. His movies, like Dogtooth, is essentially what would happen if parents were to never let their kids off their property and teach them whatever the hell they want to teach them. Alps is what happens if someone you love dies and you can hire someone to fill in as that loved one to help you with the grieving process.
Oh, so it's like a rom-com.
Pretty much. And then Lobster was, if you don't find love by a certain point, you
45 days or something.
You're going to turn into an animal and you get to choose your animal. So it's always like these really weird, like high concept ideas.
And one thing tell me if one of the points I was going to bring up for the review might be relevant here, but obviously he's of Greek descent, and based on this movie, this to me was a Greek tragedy.
Yes.
Is that sort of his gimmick? Would you say, or the other one's not so much like tragedy?
I wouldn't be able
my
to.
review, Wolfie.
It's a Greek tragedy.
Yeah.
I think we're thinking of different tragedies.
I wouldn't be able to speak to that. I know this one had some Greek mythology crossovers.
Yeah.
The other ones, I haven't studied Greek mythology since I was in like 6th grade and learned the basics of it. But I was drawn to him as a filmmaker just because he was doing something extremely different. You can watch this movie or The Lobster, regardless if you like it or not. He's still doing something that no one else is doing right now, which is what I found interesting. And I find him to be a very original voice in a world where a lot of things can be recycled and things like that.
To support you guys' thesis, or Wolfie's thesis, he also films mundane things very epically.
Yes.
So
That's this is sort of the definition of mundane filmed epically.
Yeah. The cinematography in this movie was original.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, the camera work was
outlandish, I think is the word.
Unreal. I loved it.
And it's going to come up eventually, so I guess I'll jump the gun here. I thought
Kidman hand job.
No,
the killing of a sacred hand job.
I thought of very influenced by Kubrick.
Yes,
very. Can we say that?
There was a lot of like wide angle camera work.
Yes.
Wide angles, high rotating shots,
and the way that the camera moved, and just kind of
slow, steady.
Everything was wide and centered, which is very much The Shining.
I felt like Kubrick's. Well, that doesn't help his case any. Well, I felt like I felt like Kubrick's camera movement, and this isn't an insult of this director of film, but I feel like where it's different is Kubrick's camera movement serves the scene. I feel like the camera movement in this, in a lot of cases, serves the the tone and the concept.
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like if you look at the scene, for instance, Eyes Wide Shut, to use a comparison.
This one was most reminiscent of Eyes Wide Shut.
Absolutely.
Of any of Kubrick's.
If
Not
you look
even
at
counting
the scene,
the fact that Kidman's
right.
If you look at the scene where Tom Cruise is kind of getting the fake lowdown while he's in the room.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of movement in that camera where, another director may do a bunch of static shots or whatever else. But I feel like that was to serve the story in the sense where it made it was illustrating that you don't know what to believe. In this, I felt like he was, as Wolfie said, doing a Greek tragedy, and he was making mythical things, like the scene where the two kids are walking down the street, and it's like this strange conveyor belt tracking shot. Like, I feel like he's making mythical things out of really mundane simple things, which is to support his sort of making a modern tragedy. I saw some almost Bergman in this, actually, which I felt was kind of ironic after part of my rant during the
yeah. See, I think relating this one to his past work, like the way that I feel about the way he tells stories and involves the camera work and everything in that. Is that another drawing? I'm sorry.
There's coming. Yeah, another coming. We'll wait though.
Is the fact that like all of his movies, especially the dialogue and everything, feels like it's
whoa,
gee,
whoa!
You sounded like Monster Zero impersonating Wolfie's laugh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, jeez. What was I saying?
Raven Shadow, let the air out a little slower next time.
I don't remember. What were you saying?
You said True Blue is about a guy.
All right. Dialogue, camera movement, everything like that. I think everything feels almost otherworldly to the point where like there's an alternate reality that this director lives in. And that's what he does.
All right. So this style is reminiscent of other films like Dogtooth and Lobster.
Especially the dialogue and everything. Everything seems very dry.
Well, also I also noticed this. The score is also very reminiscent of
it's sporadic.
Kubrick's.
Yeah,
it's very reminiscent.
Like score pops up where you don't expect it.
At first,
to
I
pop
thought
up.
like Jan Harlan had something to do with this.
The,
but I guess he didn't, which is surprising.
I felt like this was goth Wes Anderson.
I didn't think Wes Anderson at all. I mean, that's my interpretation.
You mentioned Wes Anderson earlier, and the only reason why I think that is because if you watch a Wes Anderson movie, you know it's a Wes Anderson movie. If you watch one of Yorgos' movies, you're going to say, like, that's his movie.
Well, I think that
he has a specific style. He has a specific way the dialogue flows.
I almost feel like the dialogue in this film would be if someone was doing like a Saturday Night Live skit of a Wes Anderson.
I think
movie.
Wes Anderson is whimsical. This is not whimsical.
No.
at all.
No.
It's
But
also
this is
full
dry.
It's also very full of color, and this is not that.
This is almost the antithesis.
Filmmakers going right now.
I think this is almost the antithesis of Wes Anderson in a way.
Yeah, like his dumb, pretentious little brother.
See, I don't see this as being pretentious, though.
I don't either. Not at all. I think
Like, there's certain films you can watch and say, like, oh, yeah, that's pretentious.
I think
There's
this is
that scene where the kid falls.
Like, artistic and pretentious
No.
aren't the same thing.
You're right.
The young boy.
The escalator scene.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Beautiful
that was
shot.
That was amazing.
Completely unfucking necessary.
Why?
It was a
What was
very
unnecessary?
opulent.
The shot?
The definition of opulent.
The shot or the
Yes.
act of him falling? What?
I hated that fucking kid. I
beautiful.
liked it when he fell.
Well, that's the same thing, like, same argument with Babadook. Like, if you don't like that movie, it's because the kid's annoying. It's like, no, it serves the story.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I didn't like the Babadook kid, but I don't see a comparison. I think this is much better than the Babadook.
Oh,
But-
all right.
Wow.
Well, I'll give you
We're
that.
getting somewhere.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, all right. Now I don't know really anything about this director. Now I noticed that he uses the animal theme in each one of his films. Is there a reason for that?
That's interesting. I hadn't
That's a
considered that.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. I don't think Alps has. If I've only seen it once, and that
But there
was
is
in like
there is
2011.
Dogtooth, there is the lobster,
Yeah.
there's this killing of a sacred deer. I don't know.
Alps
It's-
is the odd man out, and I don't
Yeah.
remember any significant animal references in that one. But that's a good observation. I like you. Look at you.
He did bring his egg.
Yeah, he's stepping up.
Take your pants off.
The kids crawl around like baby seals.
The way that I see this director specifically is his movies are always very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Wherever they end up going, they go somewhere where it's almost tough to watch. And I feel like the way the dialogue is a way to adjust the audience to what's going to happen, because the dialogue is different. It's weird. It almost seems like someone from Greece coming over to America and like, oh, this is how everyone talks.
You mean like
it just doesn't.
Olivia Newton-John?
Well, I was definitely uncomfortable in the early parts.
Yeah, you
of
don't
the
think
film.
The very first,
But it's like I feel like it's almost to prepare you. Oh, the opening shot.
Opening shot. I'm like, what the hell is
I
this?
was-
What
yeah.
are
I
we
was so
watching?
queasy.
Faces of Death, 2018.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was going with the relationship between Colin Farrell and the kid.
I was curious about that
There
too,
was
because
a moment too where I'm like, what the fuck? Is
2
this?
years ago I swore off of trailers. I will not watch trailer anymore.
But you hear about it on the news?
But
You got upset with trailers?
Yeah, people don't like trailers.
Oh, it's inside MC joke.
You don't think that it was at times so over the top, trying to make you uncomfortable that it didn't take you out of the movie? Like the scene we've been talking about over and over again? Like I felt like that was like, that didn't like...
uncomfortable sex scenes does do it for me.
Not
To the point where,
uncomfortable
like, it
sex
makes-
scenes. That's like uncomfortable. Like that was fine. That's the type that uncomfortable.
Is that
I
the
felt.
one we're talking about? Which one are
No,
we talking
I felt
about?
like that uncomfortable fit in the world. But like that fucking exchange between him and his son, like that served no.
Which exchange?
Where he said
the
he's
secret game.
Yeah, the secret game.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that was like from a fucking Monster Zero movie. Like that served like no point other than.
Well, I think
it didn't change anything about Colin Farrell's character.
I think what it was the intent by the character was to give something so shocking and personal that the son would be tricked into saying that he was fake.
Something like
that was the intent, at least.
You know he's not making it up when he says it. And
but
you know he's embarrassed by saying it. Therefore, the kid feels vulnerable.
For me, that was one of the instances where it took you out of the.
I mean, that story's fucked up. Yes, I
aesthetic
agree
of
with
the
that.
world.
Yes.
It made me feel like this guy was trying too hard.
I didn't. So here's my thought on it. So right away when you first hear like the first conversation, if I remember correctly, it was Colin Farrell's character Stephen and the anesthesiologist or whatever, the anesthesiologist, and they're talking about their watches. It was so mundane. It's just like, oh well, what about your watch? Oh, mine's like 100 meter, blah blah blah. They're talking about their watches, and it's so mundane. It doesn't tell you anything about the characters until you start like hearing these conversations more. And then you hear these mundane conversations, and you're actually getting insight into the characters.
Yeah.
It almost lulls you into this false sense of security where you think it's all small talk. And then you get kind of into the heart of it. And it's almost like, to me, I felt like I was learning a new language in a way, because a lot of what they were saying didn't mean anything. But then the more it went on, the more I was like, holy shit, like it's actually kind of unfolding and we're getting more about the characters. And I thought it was really interesting the way that was done, and I really liked it.
Yeah, the way the dialogue was delivered in this film to me genuinely creeped me out. And it wasn't like it's just this family that speaks like that. It's everybody in this.
It's everyone in the world.
In this world that speaks that way, and it's the way this director has created this inner world that no one else lives in.
I also think it was supposed to be sort of devoid of emotion. Like
that's the bizarre thing.
All of his films are like that.
Unless when the film starts hitting its apex, the amount of emotion that's generated by these characters is practically non-existent, and that gives it a genuinely creepy feel. Don't know if it has anything to do with they just don't give a shit type of an attitude, or if it's just something, or maybe something silly like something in the air that keeps people like at this mundane level of emotion.
I think it's just so it's supposed to feel alien.
Right.
It's supposed to be so you don't automatically relate to it.
I do feel it would have been more effective if the wealthy people were like that, and maybe the not wealthy people were a little more relatable, whether or not what their motives were. But the fact that it was very almost like uniform in its world made it a little, like, I will say, a little less interesting. Like,
are you talking about the juxtaposition between like Stephen, his family, and then
Right.
Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
like-
Martin said, I live in a neighborhood that's not nearly as nice, and then you go to his neighborhood and it's actually it is nice.
Yeah, well, it's not bad for sure.
It's like upper class and then high middle class.
Yeah, it's not
And then they talk about
transfiguration.
they talk about things that no normal person, I don't think, would ever discuss about, like armpit hair, chest hair, back hair.
I'm not positive you're qualified to make an assumption on what normal people talk about.
Well, that's true, but I'm going to make my best attempt at it anyway.
Oh, you mean that when the kids are talking?
Yeah.
When he's talking about the armpit hair, and the kids are talking about it. Yeah.
No, I mean, it's been a while for a lot of us, but I think it was a weird conversation, but I think it was, this kid's probably the oldest boy that was in that girl's room.
Yeah, he's 16.
I mean, I don't know how old he's in real life, but he looks fucking of age. Like, he looks like I'm being a child. Like, they all are child actors.
Well, I think, like, to go back to the emotion idea of it, it's very strange because every actor delivers their lines like they don't have an emotion, but every character in the movie is solely based on emotion. Everyone's reacting based on their emotions.
It's like they're reading.
It is, but like it adds a sense of like unease to everything. Like it actually builds the tension. As weird as it is to read the lines completely dry like that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's almost more challenging to do it that way because it's not using like the normal cinematic language of building tension and building building emotion. It's done in a very alien way, so you don't automatically relate to it. I don't know. Like I think it's distancing itself on. I don't know if this is his thinking, but when you're seeing something where you can relate to the person, like sometimes you see yourself in them, and then you view it differently. But in this case, there's no way that anyone is going to say, "Oh, that's like me," or like someone else I know. Right. So you're able to look at it from like a far view.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yes.
Yeah,
and that probably explains the camera angles, like something like this.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be that
far
you're
away. Just out of arm's reach of
there is
really
some third person stuff
characters.
that's really cool, but it doesn't feel like you're in the shot necessarily. You're definitely a voyeur, I guess, if you will, like kind of looking into this world.
Now I got to admit that I'm probably going to come off as a bit hypocritical, but at the same time I think Dynamo is also going to come off as a bit hypocritical because earlier, Dynamo was talking about how the dialogue in this film is very, very slow and very, very stagnant. And me, in this film, I like that. Now, in accordance to films like from director Nicholas Winding Refn, films like Drive or I don't know what other films are that did.
Only God
Forgives. A lack of dialogue.
Yeah,
well, that's what I mean. A lack of dialogue.
This made Refn look like fucking Ricochet.
Because personally, I think the Refn films are awfully terribly slow because of the lack of dialogue.
That's more about it's more like show don't tell sort of thing with Refn. I think it's conveying a lot through just through the images and what's going on versus. Exposition.
But then again, you also have what's his face that's in the movies movies too. Yeah, Ryan Gosling, who has about as much personality as a cardboard cutout of Dean Malenko.
I will fuck you.
Yeah, I'm with Mars on that one.
I will literally.
Don't mess with the
Who are you,
guys.
the Iron Sheik?
I will
fuck you.
I'm with Monster Zero.
Yeah, well.
I will fuck you and your mother just like you wanted. Do you guys remember that line
And
in the movie?
fuck
No.
the B. Brian Blair.
He's banging on the door.
Yes.
All right, cool.
That was sexy, right?
I'll fucking pull out your spine and make you drink the juice.
What?
And make you humble.
You're gonna gut me like the fish that the cardiologist or whatever that guy was.
Yeah,
in this movie
cut off
was
the
doing?
cheeks too.
Yeah, cut off the cheeks, bro.
And you just don't like him because I like him. You really like him.
Gosling?
Yep.
Nope.
Have you ever seen Drive?
I like
Drive is the one movie where he was like perfect for.
What about Only God Forgives?
Nope.
Never seen it?
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, he was fucking.
I liked him
awesome
as
in
a.
that.
I liked him as a director.
That movie was good, but yeah, he was just like anyone could have done what he did.
What about Dead Man's Bones?
What about
I'm
Dead Man's
familiar.
Bones?
Good.
You guys listen to
familiar.
Dead Man's Bones?
Yeah.
It was good.
That's my fucking jam.
What was the
Yeah,
one where
it's
he was? Oh, he wasn't in that movie.
What about the Believer? Did anyone see that one where he plays like a Nazi skinhead?
What about Lars and the Real Girl?
Oh, it's really good. He was really young when he did it. He was probably. Like
What about the
18,
one where he
19
was
years
just like sad and emotionless throughout the whole thing?
Which movie would that be?
old?
All of them.
Lars and the Real Girl.
What about Lars and the Real Girl?
I didn't like that one.
What
That's
about
probably
Place
that one
Beyond
that
the
he's talking
Spines?
That's what I was talking about.
Place Beyond the Spines.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
That's fine.
You know what?
Okay, as much as I love to bash Ryan Gosling, we're off topic.
Okay. Let's talk about the cinematography and how fucking amazing it is. In this
I
film.
wish that if I become a
Amazing.
quadrillionaire tomorrow, I'm going to make a Batman, and then you'll all be sorry.
Love the look of this movie.
When you guys mentioned like Kubrick, like I see Kubrick, like especially the wide-angle lenses and the
Stop
tracking
saying
shots,
that.
but it's the way the camera's set higher than what you would normally see. Like normally the cinematic way to tell things is either eye level or usually lower is the more cinematic way to approach something.
Yeah.
But he,
I feel like saying that this looks like Kubrick is like telling Richard Nixon's daughter she looks like her dad.
I'm not saying
Like,
it
it's just
looks
not a
like
very
Kubrick.
nice
I'm
thing
saying
to
it's
say.
very influenced by
reminiscent.
Kubrick.
It's
Yes.
reminiscent.
She's
That's-
hot though.
If you were to
Yeah.
compare, if
Yeah.
you were to watch this movie and compare it to one director's vision, it would be Stanley Kubrick's camera movements, as far as the way the camera moves. No, am I the only one?
I brought it up,
so I agree with you.
It does it for a totally different reason, though. So I think that
Timios.
They both do it for the same
Bakatakis.
reason. It's because we're so used to seeing when two people are having a conversation with each other. We're so used to seeing one character on the left and the
cut
other one
from one shoulder to
it's
the
over
other.
the
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
180-degree rule.
Yeah.
Where this kind of like almost breaks that, because if you're going 180 degrees with someone, or like you're doing over the shoulders, which is like shot, reverse shot, this is just like a wide shot, and then the next shot is super fucking tight and underneath the person, which is something that you normally don't see, which creates a sense of unease, and that's what builds throughout the entire movie. You could look at every frame in this movie and say, this is not the way that you are supposed to like shoot movies.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's wrong.
Yeah.
But that's what feeds into it being completely original.
Cinematographer Timios Bakatakis.
Yeah, that guy is fucking awesome. Whoever
This
he
guy.
is. I like
Holy
him.
shit.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that's sort of the whole thing we're talking about it kind of feeling alien, and it's not shot in the typical way that you would shoot a movie, because you're supposed to be just sort of taking a bird's eye view of what's going on in this. You're not supposed to. A lot of movies make you feel like you're kind of part of it or you're there, but this is not that at all.
Sorry,
Saw a little hand movement.
Kidman.
Little hand movement going on over there.
But like also all of his movies have to do with this really like awkward view on sexuality, which is why like we're coming up on a scene right now watching it where a young girl's talking about like getting her period for the first time, like it's
Very
just like,
nonchalant.
hey, I just had
I got my period.
crackers,
Yeah,
and that's something that he does in every single one of his films. So I feel like for me, being a fan of his 3 previous movies, like I'm already accustomed to this. So
yeah,
I'm viewing it differently. Like if you just watch The Lobster, that maybe seem weird, but I've already had like 3 films worth of getting used to this director. So like I expected this.
It's sort of like that whole thing. Like I was saying, it's almost like a different cinematic language where you've actually had like a couple classes, if you will, and you kind of understand now.
Yeah.
Like when
Which
you see
is
it,
why,
it's not
like,
a surprise.
when Mars mentions Wes Anderson, like I agree with him in the sense that you see a Wes Anderson movie and you say, it's a Wes Anderson movie by the way they talk, by the way the set deck is, like everything just says this is Wes Anderson. Like when you see this guy's movies, if you watch any one of his other films, you will know that it's his voice, his vision.
Yeah.
There's a dialogue scene that's happening now where he's talking about
You like that he's smoking?
Well, no,
yeah,
he's
smoking armpit hair and periods.
But no, he's like, I started smoking about a week ago, so I'm addicted.
It was 8 months.
Oh, 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of time to get addicted, though.
Well, fair.
Well, you guys were talking a couple minutes ago about the tension. I wanted to bring that up as well. Is in this film, one of the things I had read was that it was very tense. And about halfway through the movie, I'm like, it's not really as tense as I expected, but it's a very deliberate pace. And once it gets there, I think you don't even realize that it's been slowly building. It's kind of like a volcano, like it's been like rumbling, and then all of a sudden, it explodes with tension, and then I realize, I don't know. Let me see if I think I jotted it down.
I
in
don't
my
even
notes.
think Colin Farrell's character noticed the tension in the movie.
Yeah.
That's how quick, like, even the scene that changes the pace of the film, it seemed like it came so quick because the character is actually saying it so quick.
Yeah.
And it seems like the lead actor doesn't even notice how tense the film is.
Well, because he was
until
so
it's already in the,
he was
which
so
is the
in
same way as
denial.
the viewer, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting. It's a different
And-
way to tell a story.
And I think it was right kind of at the beginning of the third act is when I felt that tension was palpable. Like I was like literally kind of on the edge of my seat, and like I could feel like this like low rumbling, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking tense.
Yeah.
And it was very like it was, like I said, palpable. Like I could feel it. It was there, and that surprised me because it kind of snuck up on me. But it had been slowly kind of building its way, and then once it hits, it's like shit. Like it's brought me there. I didn't even realize it was bringing me there, but it brought me there.
And it also like has to deal with, by the end, a very uncomfortable subject matter to the point where like having the thought of making a choice between like family member. I don't want to get into spoilers, but
sure.
it gets especially if you're a parent, it gets very fucking heavy.
I can imagine.
Well, I only have one, so
right.
I don't have to pick. If I did have another one, I'd probably pick my daughter because she's so fucking awesome and watches Mac and Me with me. So she wins. But let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
If you had to kill one person in the show, who would it be? Mars is grabbing the mic real quick. No, this is
Depends on the era.
conundrum that you have to deal with. Like this character
it's
had
no
to deal with
conundrum.
it. No. Let's get fucking real for a second.
Let's put some stipulations out there. Like, don't just say you have to kill. Well, like, what? Why?
You have to kill one of these people in
Why?
this room.
Well,
Why?
I know.
Why not?
I know I'm safe.
What's happening? Because there's a mysterious. Everyone is going to die, unless Jesse kills
Johnny.
one person. Johnny kills one person.
I honestly would probably do it.
And it's going to be a 4-stage death. You would do me.
I would do what he did in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
because you can't fucking choose.
Right.
One person has to die.
No. One person has to die.
Any single person has to die.
Yeah.
In
I
this
have
room.
to choose that person.
You have to choose.
I shoot myself.
No,
that doesn't
work.
Solve it.
That doesn't work.
Yeah.
No,
I cleared the stipulations with you.
all right. If we're going killing of a sacred
He's
deer
fucking
rules,
thought of this. Though.
I cleared the stipulations with you.
Okay,
You didn't say the movie. You said one person.
So you would kill yourself instead of killing MZ?
I asked for the
Oh, dude,
stipulations
your
of
brains
the
would
scenario.
be like
You're a hero.
Yeah,
Ares is a fucking hero.
Look at this.
Thank you,
Sacrifice.
God of War right here.
Aries. That's very kind of you.
Ares, god of sacrifices.
I'd kill MZ even after Ares was dead and then pretend I didn't understand.
Cover the bases.
How about you, Jarrett? You had to pick one person.
MZ, definitely. I kissed him.
You know what I would do?
So we cool.
I would kill Monster Zero and make a cage out of his bones and make Ares live in there so he couldn't hurt himself.
Wow.
That's dark, dude.
A, you're not man enough to listen to Warren Zevon. B, I don't like you.
Dakota says the hero we deserve. Ares.
Thank you, Aries. Thank you.
I'd kill Dynamo just to put him out of his misery.
It wouldn't work. I'd just be hurt. Or like.
So let me read one thing that Humble Eddie said a few minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago. He said, for me, Sacred Deer is a haunting allegory for the brutal selfishness that lies at the heart of every human being, no matter how snug they wear the veil of civility. And then he says, in parentheses, we all eat spaghetti exactly the same.
Yeah, we do. Well, I think
I like that, though.
Yeah, it's good.
I didn't think about it in that sense.
I like that Humble Eddie.
I thought it more as, like the idea of sacrifice, almost like having to make that decision.
You know, it's interesting. I didn't
like live with your consequences.
I didn't necessarily think of it in that way. I thought of it more of having basically coming to terms with like you not, and this, he didn't commit a crime, but it's almost like owning up to your errors and basically taking accountability for them.
See, I don't see that, just because the character you're talking about was very clear in the fact that he did nothing wrong.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't think he had a change of pace. I think he saw that things were set into effect.
There's an accountability thing, because he says that it couldn't have been him.
And then
the anesthesiologist said it couldn't have been him. It's just it's like how society
it's all about
operates.
That he said, she said
Well,
bullshit.
I think that's part of the world of being a surgeon too. That must be a thing they could say to each other. Part of their gimmick.
It's an allegory for basically passing the buck. It's like,
right. But I still
it's not
believe
my
that,
fault. It's lacking accountability, which is a big problem in this world.
I believe his character doesn't think of it like that. He doesn't know that
most people don't. Yeah,
I think it was more or less like, no matter what happened, like, I'm in this shit situation and it's going on no matter what, and I have to just abide by it. Otherwise, everyone will suffer. So now I have to make the tough decision. Like, he's still not owning up to what he should be owning up to, or not.
But here's the thing too, though. In terms of owning up, this is something that the surgeons do every day, right? that's their job. We go out,
Yeah.
we do our job, but in their job, it's life and death. Is part of that rationalization? Is it help them do their job more by having that mindset? Because else, how are they going to get back on the mound the next day?
Yeah,
how are they going to get back
like,
and do it?
For them, it's just another work day, like.
But that's where the justification has to come from.
Well, that's the whole plot of the movie. Whereas, like for him, it's another work day, especially when the anesthesiologist. I can't even say.
I know.
That word. I'm so bad at saying that word. I don't have to say it normally, but he was just like, I don't remember this person. Like, I deal with this all the time. Like, that was just. Like, it's literally just.
But then when it came down to getting a hand
card
job,
swipe,
he remembered.
Well, I saw that as covered up for his boy.
Yeah, well, I mean,
man, my boy's wife's acting questions.
No,
I don't know that girl.
I just think I
don't know
that's,
where it came
that's
from.
their daily life. Every day is someone different. But for Martin's perspective, that one day, it changed his life. And for the doctors and everyone that works in the hospital, it's just it's another day at work. And for him, it's just this is the most serious thing that will ever happen in my life. And this will have consequences for everything that I do from here on out.
I mean, he said it that surgeons don't screw up. It's the anesthesiologist.
And then anesthesiologist said the same thing about.
But it's all just kind of passing the buck,
Yeah,
It's just
totally. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
It's all just what I do my job. I do it perfectly. I make no mistakes. If someone died, it's his fault.
Yeah.
So one of the other things too is Stephen is he in this way he could be viewed as a god because he controls life or death, right? As a surgeon. Right. So he could be viewed as a god. And one of the interpretations I saw is in this scene here where he's hanging out with Martin and his mom. It's almost like he won't lower himself to sort of be with the peasants, if you will. He kind of refuses everything that they, I don't want to watch the movie. He ended up watching the movie, but then she offers her tart, and he's like, I don't want your tart. I understand he wanted to go, and it was kind of an awkward situation, but it seemed like he was just sort of didn't want any part of this world necessarily. He feels indebted to this kid and is humoring him, and he doesn't like it,
Yeah.
So to be fair, he is married too, though, and
of course,
she's doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah. But by the way, how long did it take you guys to realize that was Alicia Silverstone?
I didn't notice it at all until the fucking
split
end
second.
credits.
I knew that was her.
My special lady friend
2
said it right
minutes.
away. Yeah.
I knew it right away.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her until they sat down on the couch, I think.
I mean, and there's Martin saying, my mom's got a great body.
Yeah,
that's a little
awkward.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Well, the way that I saw this was a weird version of Cape Fear, almost someone coming to just terrorize a family because he feels that justifies himself. No,
it's interesting. No, that's.
Anyone see Cape Fear?
Yeah.
All right.
Never heard of it.
Come out wherever you are. Yeah, this is weird. The whole.
But also, it's worth noting the scene in where Colin Farrell's Stephen, is it?
Yeah.
Stephen goes to the kids' school, and the principal or teacher, whatever, is discussing the behavior of the students.
Yeah.
And he mentions one thing about the daughter just gave this excellent book report about blah, blah, blah. And I read that there was an article, I believe it was on Vulture, about the paper that she delivered was about a Greek mythology about a certain goddess or whatever that is known for sacrificing herself for her father. And that kind of
it
stuff.
was Iphigenia.
Okay.
Yep. I have some info about that.
Oh, all right.
So
there you go.
You can go ahead, though. I don't want to interrupt. Okay.
That's it. It just plays into what's happening in the story. And there's little moments that happen throughout the movie where it's kind of pushing you to what's going to happen at the climax.
Yeah.
I like when that kind of stuff happens. Even the watch, as you guys were saying, as insignificant as a conversation about here's watches. And we're just talking about watches for the opening scene. But this is a story about time as well, because Martin clearly says the clock is ticking, you need to make a decision. And the way the watches play in with that almost, and the fact that he gives him a watch and then Martin gives him back a time limit is just kind of odd. I like it.
Yeah, it is pretty interesting. So the thing about the Iphigenia is, I took this from an article. This isn't my information.
Did you read the Vulture one?
This is from Vice, I think.
Okay.
And
Vice.
So
Pungy Vice.
So I'm just going to quote this article. It says, "This is the essence of the myth from which the killing of a sacred deer takes its name. Iphigenia in Aulis, dating back to 405 BC, Agamemnon and his men are stranded on an island because the goddess of the hunt, Artemis, has suspended the winds they require to set sail for Troy. If the war effort is to continue, and it must, he has to sacrifice his own daughter, Iphigenia, because he was previously responsible for the death of a sacred deer belonging to the goddess." Oh. The brunt of the play sees Agamemnon struggling with the decision to either kill his daughter or have his family be killed by his own restless soldiers. The killing of a sacred deer is a de facto reimagining of Iphigenia in all of its futility and the absence of a moral checkpoint. So it is based, and that's why I had mentioned earlier that it is essentially a Greek tragedy. And I looked up sort of a definition of that, and this is a definition from Aristotle. It's an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of certain magnitude, through pity and fear affecting the proper purgation of these emotions. So this is definitely a Greek tragedy, and especially because he uses Greek myth as well, which I thought was really pretty interesting. I don't know the story well enough to have known that, so that was something that I had to that I looked up. But that's essentially where the heart of this story is based on, the story of Iphigenia.
No pun intended.
No pun intended?
The heart of the story.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Dakota. Actually, I'm sorry. It was Humble Eddie says the opening shot was not stock footage. They shot actual open heart surgery for the film, which they worked into their shooting schedule.
Nice.
Shit.
First Time Mike says, in another myth, a hunter was turned into a stag for offending the goddess Artemis. He was torn apart by his own hunting dogs.
Assholes.
And Leanna says, I've studied Greek tragedy in school. They tend to have specific structures to the plots and themes. The heroes of Greek tragedies work much like modern Catholic saints. So I have some more here. I don't know if you guys want to hear more about this stuff. Let me see. And another sort of thing that this supposedly gained some inspiration from, the killing of a sacred deer can be read using a uniquely American work of art as its roadmap. First exhibited in 1948, Christina's World, which is a painting, is the most famous work by painter Andrew Wyeth. It depicts Anna Christina Olsen, a friend of the painter who is afflicted with an undiagnosed degenerative neuromuscular disease, reduced to crawling and dragging her lower body by her upper half. So might be where he got sort of part of the body horror, if you will. Is that safe to say?
Yeah. I'll allow it.
You'll allow it?
Yeah. With the bleeding,
You're welcome.
With the bleeding eyes and...
yeah.
It's not body horror, though.
Yeah,
I
if
like
blood was pouring from your eyes, believe me, you'd be horrified.
Nah, I'd call it Tuesday.
Here's the painting
that
he gained some inspiration from.
Oh yeah.
I really like how something happens to these characters, but they never say how someone caused it, or I'm trying to be cryptic because
that was my favorite part. I was just saying that.
I thought that was great.
By the way, if all of a sudden like you saw that kid,
because
you saw somebody doing like an incantation or something like that, this whole movie would have fucking flew apart like a bullshit bomb.
Yeah. Well, I mean, any American producers or American directors will show someone like poisoning the water or something, like a hidden Easter egg, but this just like happened. So it almost makes it a specific character seem godlike.
Yes. And that's what I was wondering. I was wondering where this was coming from, because we hadn't really talked much about what actual happens in this movie. And by the way, I'm showing right now the painting of Christina's World that I just referenced, and that's I think where he got the whole legs losing the ability to walk.
Interesting.
And I just totally lost track.
Don't know where this movie was taking us about.
No, Aaron.
It'll get a picture of Jim Carrey right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Twitter. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
No, but the origins of it, how we weren't shown, what
okay.
caused the godlike
Yeah.
figure.
Okay, so you're trying to figure out, what's Martin doing? Is he sneaking into their house and putting stuff in their food, their water, their lemonade? You're not sure what's going on, and then you sort of get the feeling that it might be kind of supernatural, or I don't want to get too much into it, but it's really just metaphor when it comes down to it. It's one of those things that you just don't explain, kind of like when we talked about Happy Death Day last week, MZ's favorite film title of the last 5 years. And that's kind of it. It's just this thing that happens. There's no explanation for it. There shouldn't be an explanation for it because it's a tragedy. And the things that happen, it's Steven's character has to pay the piper, so to speak, for making a mistake, whether or not he I think his mistake is that he didn't necessarily own up to it. I think people make mistakes, but the fact that because as the story goes along, we find out more and more about what happened.
Some patterns of behavior that Steven might have had.
Yeah, exactly.
I think through multiple viewings that might get revealed, with a closer eye, because there are times where Martin is alone with the daughter. There are times where Martin is all by himself with the son. Now, something could have been said, something could have been done in that time to make things happen the way they do. So, maybe this movie deserves a second look, or even maybe a third look, just to catch all the little nuances and little, I guess you could say, cheat codes to decipher what it is that's causing everything.
See, I think when someone mentioned Colin Farrell almost being a god, it's interesting to look at Martin as the exact opposite of everything. Yeah. So therefore, gods can battle in Greek mythology, and almost gives Martin a godlike sense of wonder as far as what he is capable of, and
and
good against evil.
Part of me almost wonders if he's just sort of like the messenger, because I don't think because he was the one who was kind of just like, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, boom.
Oh, I don't want to. We learned from watching the film that things couldn't change.
Yeah. Like so basically what happens is there's a body horror element of this, and there's 4 stages of it. First of all, you lose the ability to walk. Was that what it was?
Yep.
You become paralyzed. You can't walk. Next, you go on a hunger strike. You don't eat. And number 3, you bleed from the eyes. And number 4, you die. And so there's this really sort of interesting, sort of what's the word I'm looking for? A dilemma, I guess, is the best way to put it. Conundrum. There you go. And Steven has to make a decision. I'm not going to go into exactly what he has to decide, but he has to make a decision that has like huge ramifications. Someone just ripped one.
Yeah. Harris is kicking back with his finger up. I wonder who it was.
And so someone has to make a very difficult decision. Steven has to make a difficult decision, and no person would ever want to make this decision. It's, as people say, it's like picking one of your kids. You can't pick a favorite.
Some days are better than others.
Right.
You always see that in stories like there's a raging flood and you're carrying 2 of your kids and you got to let one of them go in order to save at least 2 of you. Which one do you let go?
Right. I don't have a problem. I pick my favorite every time.
Not himself. First time Mike
I
says,
appreciate that, Aries, but Andy Aries will be upset.
First time Mike...
He was my favorite. I picked him.
Oh, I thought you said you'd pick me.
No, I don't think so. First time Mike says, the Greek gods and goddesses were very jealous and vengeful. Greek and Roman myths are full of humans being punished for everything from sleeping with a god to hubris to just being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Sounds about right.
And Leanna says, Deus ex machina as a term originates from actors playing Greek gods put in machines to descend upon the characters of the play and solving the conflicts at the end. Do you know that, Raven Shadow? It's a word you use all the time.
Deus ex machina?
No, you say machinations.
Machinations, yeah, all that stuff, man. Yeah, no, they were all running amok, man. You could say someone's pretty, and then Athena would come down and like turn into a tree or some shit.
Oh, that would suck.
So I don't know. I have any idea what you just said.
And that's good. No one else did either because you didn't say it into the mic.
Yeah, no, I didn't even hear what he said. No. Leanna also says Greek tragedies are just as religious as they are entertaining. And Carlos is cutting out early. He says, catch the rest of the show Friday. Everyone got to have a good night.
See you, bud.
All right, see you, bud. See you, Carlos. So I think we're kind of winding down here. I want to see if there's any other...
I tend to sit back and let all the...
Right,
bullets fly and then
bullshit fly to the top,
and let everything
yeah, it's good.
Settle.
And Aries comes in and then he sounds the smartest because
I use what everyone else said and then dive right in. But yeah, no, I just kind of want to give my my 2 cents. Let me start off by saying this is not my type of movie. I knew that right from the get go.
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Not my type of movie.
What was last week's?
Happy Death Day.
Oh, okay.
It's more for college girls.
Yeah.
I'm not a college girl.
It wasn't for
I haven't
college
seen it.
girls.
I like college girls, but I'm not a college girl. So
Yeah. I haven't seen
I think
it.
you are, actually.
I thought the cinematography in this was great. I thought at times it was a little overused. They went from high wide shot to a medium level shot to a medium low shot, all in the same scene, and that was just a little too disturbing for what they were trying to relay with the scenes. Like if they had just limited their artistic shots, it would have been a little bit better, I think. No, you don't need a high shot and a low shot in the same scene. It conveys two different things.
It does.
So I just thought that was took me out of the movie a little bit. And also, I mean, maybe, I'm not as smart as other people.
Hey, you're smarter.
Yeah, well. God. The whole monotone dialogue, that was lost on me. That really felt like a first table read for me. Like, they all sat down and read it, and the director went, perfect. Do it just like that.
I can see that. It's easier once you once you've seen the director's work and know
that's because this shit. I have never seen anything else by him.
Yeah.
This is my first exposure to him. But just that whole it was very just deadpan. Like, we were almost an hour into it before we saw a single emotion out of anyone. And it was barely. It was like, oh, wait, here we go. Oh, yep, that was an emotion. I saw it. It was very, and that's just not my type of movie. I like, what? I like Al Pacino. You know what? Give me yelling. Give me screaming.
Al Pacino.
I mean, I like over the top. You know what? I like overacting.
All right.
Well, it's just my type of thing. So this, what I'm just saying. This is not. I started out. This is not my type of movie. These are the major issues I had with it.
Then we'll send you a copy of Raw Force instead. You'll love that.
A couple things here that I thought were interesting. Here's this is an interview on Washington Post, and they talked to Colin Farrell, and basically saying it says asked about what's motivating Stephen, which is Colin Farrell's character, to befriend Martin and bring him into his home. Not even Farrell has a clear answer. Speaking by phone after the festival, Farrell suggests that he didn't need to know Stephen's motives any better than the character knows himself. And he says, I'm not really sure if he's operating from a place of guilt or just trying to maintain his own personal and professional status quo, which I thought that was kind of interesting right there.
Makes sense.
So I think he's doing it because he thinks he has to do it with with Martin. He doesn't necessarily feel guilty. It's just that he needs to maintain the status quo of his life.
Maybe he's smarter than I ever gave him credit for.
He thinks it's the right thing to do.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And Farrell points to 2 exchanges in the film, one in which Stephen claims that a surgeon can't be responsible for a patient's death, but an anesthesiologist can. Later, the anesthesiologist says the precise opposite. You have all these people who are so cluelessly washing their hands of any culpability or responsibility, as people tend to in life. I think Stephen's arrogance and desire for self-preservation, for maintaining what he deems the ideal American dream life, is something so keen in him that I'm not sure if guilt appears on the radar.
Yeah. But at the beginning of the movie, Stephen praises the anesthesiologist as being one of the best he's ever worked with.
But when it comes to like his ass being on the line,
shit starts hitting.
Now
the fan.
it's it's going to be his fault, not mine.
One of the other interesting things, and this doesn't really have anything as far as like any analogies go, but I just thought it was really interesting to see Stephen, Colin Farrell's character, turning to science as an explanation because he is a doctor. And when science couldn't produce any results as to what was happening to his children, I just thought it was interesting. They didn't really even consider like supernatural phenomena or anything like that. It's just like, well, it's either physical or it's mental. Like, it was just kind of interesting to see how they were trying to go at it and think about what was wrong.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you typically wouldn't go for, wizards and Gorgonites being the one that's behind.
Well, I agree.
It's like, honey, I bet it's fucking demonic forces.
Well, you know what? I mean, one of my issues with this is, these kids are having these issues, and he's a doctor. He has this entire hospital at his beck and disposal. And he's like, no, it's mental. You know what?
He ran all the tests
No,
twice.
he didn't. No,
Before he said it was mental.
No, he refused a lot of the tests.
Are we,
he
we
was
talking about
Steve,
Colin Farrell's character?
Yes.
He did.
No, he ran
a lot of
two
tests.
sets of tests.
He ran a lot of tests, but
they did the MRI twice. He ran the tests, all of the tests, ran them again because he specifically called out his wife for saying, no, you're wrong.
Yeah.
It must be something that we can diagnose.
Right.
And he
So
ran
he
the test again, and that's when he gave
So the dad was all about the physical, and the mom was sort of more about the mental. Like,
Okay, maybe I missed that because, like I said, this was very dry to me, and I may have zoned out.
And it was the medical team that pretty much was like, we can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
and
it was after they went through after they did 2 sets of physical, 1 mental, and then said like, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
That's when they were sent home.
So before we head to a verdict, no one's brought up the NKHJ, the Nicole Kidman hand job.
That was outrageous.
Well, there's also the CFHJ too that we're not talking about.
Yes.
I think you just have to hold on. We have a download code. Who wants to watch this movie?
Yeah. Does anyone want to own this movie? Jar Jar Blinks did not come empty-handed. He has.
I want to give this to someone who is going to fucking watch it and appreciate it.
He has the digital code. So if anyone in the chat room, I apologize, this is only available for live folks. So if you're not listening live and you're listening on the podcast, I'm sorry, but you missed out.
We need to make him answer a trivia question. Don't ask me for a question.
Thanks, Eric.
Does Nicole Kidman give hand jobs? Yes or no?
Nothing better than a dry hand job in a parking lot.
She was pretty fierce
to get
with that
information.
too, man.
Too. Yeah. She's like, tell me all your secrets.
Where were you on the night of the 31st?
Knock that off.
Angry hand
first
jobs,
person to say give it to Eddie.
Eddie,
he wins.
Do you have it yet, Eddie, or do you want it? Eddie had some good points, so if Eddie wants it, it's all yours,
it needs
Eddie.
to be someone who doesn't have it or hasn't watched it.
Right. So let us know, humble Eddie, if you don't have it, we'll get it to you. Otherwise, it's still up for grabs. So, all right, what else do I have here? Yeah, I thought the character of Stephen, played by Colin Farrell, was just such an interesting character. Towards the end, he's he went on that fit where he was throwing dishes around and throwing
that
shit.
was great.
Oh, to be fair,
Trying to look for the pubes.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to look for. Trying to find the baby pubes.
She's busting his balls a little
The
bit.
pubes of a virgin.
Pubes of a virgin.
Yeah.
It's like, I would ask you, but you don't have any.
You never have anything that I need.
This movie's so fucking good. Treat.
So he says that after this, he goes on this fucking like rampage, and he's throwing shit and talking about pubes, and then like the next
Talking about finding like tears of a crocodile and like
something
pubes
from a
of
frog
virgin.
or
Like
something.
a witch's potion or something.
Yeah, and then I think they cut to him in bed, and he's like, "We don't need to argue." He's like, that doesn't accomplish anything. Right after he just fucking argued and threw shit around, I thought that was amazing.
Nah, but she came out swinging first. She was a little bit rude and condescending, and I think he reacted because.
You know what? I don't think she was out of line.
I don't think she was. I don't think either of them were out of line. That's
No.
Like,
He was out of line. Because you know what? You got your two sick kids in the next room, and he's like, "Could I have some mashed potatoes?"
yeah, that was ignorant.
They're fucking
yes.
delicious. And
But they all every character in this movie has a shit ton going on. You know,
he was
besides Bob. Fuck that guy.
And big ups to name a kid Bob. How many?
Yeah.
You never name a kid
I mean,
name.
I just think of like
It's always
what was
Jonah.
it, Burial Ground. What was the movie that had the kid Bob?
Oh, yeah,
It was Burial. Oh no, was it House by the Cemetery?
MZ would know.
Which one?
A kid named Bob.
Yeah, kids.
Burial
never name
Ground
Bob.
or House by the Cemetery? Which one was named Bob?
Oh,
and
House by the Cemetery.
Okay. Yeah, both of them were fucking annoying.
And then we just have to burn them all before sunset. Let me see. Do we have any spare teeth lying around? Teeth? Pubes? Nope, no hair?
You know what? This is the most saddest temper tantrum I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yo, picking that
Yeah,
shit
but-
up
yeah,
ain't easy.
Yeah, but see,
You gotta look for those
he's
pubes.
an upper scale person, so he's going to have an upper scale
Sure,
temper.
they were here earlier. I put them here myself. Who's been moving things around? It's unbelievable.
Like, looking for you is like, I'm sure they're here. I put them here myself earlier.
Forgot. You
I
don't
mean,
have any left.
bitch, that island
We
would
don't
be
have any of
flipped
the things we
over.
need.
Where are my pubes?
And you can see Nicole Kidman naked coming up in like 2 seconds.
And the very highly stylized
pretty good.
placement of the what do you call that? The bed shaft.
Yeah.
I thought
Well, you can see it earlier.
one of the other things I thought was he clearly likes his women to like pretend like they're on anesthesia.
Or dead.
No, well, that's
Which
what I thought. I
was
thought
it dead? Okay, I was thinking anesthesia
I was
for a
thinking
surgeon.
dead as
No,
well.
I was-
Just flat out
thinking-
dead. Like
yeah.
she was like she half off the bed. Is this how
Yeah.
you like it?
It's like she gets into position. Like
Well, she mentioned
just
like
some
a-
sort of necrophile.
She mentioned a like a level of anesthesia when she did
Yeah.
it the first time.
I think it's like doctor role play.
Ooh, yeah. I'll give you a copay.
All right, Humble Eddie. Humble Eddie, the code's yours. He doesn't have it, but he'll take it. So
Cool.
Humble Eddie,
We need to wait a private message him so someone doesn't steal it.
I got Humble Eddie. Send an email just real quick to podcast@trickortreatradio.com and just say, hey, it's Humble Eddie, and I'll reply with this for you, okay? So I'll get that to you at some point during the show or just after. So thanks for playing along and for giving us some good insight and your thoughts on the film. All right, the one last thing I have is this was a quote from that Vice article I was referring to, and I thought it was very telling, and it kind of wrapped it up kind of nicely for me. And it says that an ancient myth can be used to root both a family drama and an explosive exposition of body horror in the modern American experience signifies a director entering the master stage of his craft.
I agree.
And I thought that was a great way to kind of summarize, much better than I could, of how I felt.
I firmly feel that this director, 40, 50 years from now will be looked at as a Bergman or not necessarily Kubrick, but like a foreign, like a Truffaut or someone like that. A foreign director that's doing really different artistic stuff that will be remembered.
Yeah.
No, I think he's going to be looked upon as an imitator.
I agree.
What is he imitating?
Everything.
But who isn't?
Yeah. Well,
I think he's doing something different.
Do you realize how hard it is to
in this
be
day
a
and age?
complete original
in
nowadays?
this day and age, this felt different to me.
He is imitating all the bad habits of a lot of the great directors, I think.
No.
Bad habits, like what?
It's just overly opulent. And
Like, I mean, as I
this
spoke,
is Peter Griffin says insists upon itself.
He was trying too hard with his artistic shots, going from a wide high to a medium level to a medium low.
But that's kind of too hard.
That's his style.
Jared and I kind of talked about it, and I think that I'm not saying you're wrong. That's your interpretation of it. But our interpretation is that it was purposely done to make you feel like this isn't the typical movie. You're supposed to feel kind of alien to this, and you're supposed to feel outside of it and not as part of it, you know. And I think that was a very deliberate effort.
But just from going from high to low in the same shot gives you a different feeling of the scene. I mean, there are many ways. There are many ways to frame a shot without going from high to low.
No Buster, no.
I mean, his high shot following characters down a hallway. That was amazing.
I loved it.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, you can even notice little things going on in the side rooms,
right?
As he's walking down the hallway.
But the fact that like he cuts to a low angle is such a juxtaposition and something that you're not used to, and that is the story. You're not used to like the way he tells a story,
and it gives you.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you 90% of times if there weren't elements in the script that made me feel like he was trying too hard as well.
Fair.
All right. Anyone else have anything that they didn't bring up before we head to a verdict?
Yeah, bitch slap.
Jesus Christ!
What the 5 fingers say to the face?
All right. Let's head to the verdict then.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Still love that.
All right, verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat and any final thoughts we may have. Let's start with Jarret.
Oh, God. Treat. If I didn't... Normally, I watch... almost
Mac and me.
Well, yeah, but normally I try and watch a movie a day, whether it's like a rewatch or a new movie. I try and go for new movies every time. This year has been a very busy year. I was only able to watch like maybe 13 or 14 movies, so there's still a lot on my to-do list, especially ones that I'm anticipating being high on that list. But I can guarantee you that this, after every movie that I wanted to see in 2017, will be on my top 3 movies of this year. So very high treat.
There you go. All right, MZ.
From the very opening scene, I knew this movie was going to be completely different from anything I've ever seen. Even though it does take some cinematic tropes from other films, this movie does a little twist on those tropes to make the film completely its own. We never touched upon the performances, and I think all the performances in this movie were absolutely stellar. Yes. I think they were so awesome. Everybody involved should take a bow because this was a fantastic movie. Very riveting, very intense movie.
If I could interrupt real quick, I think the biggest testament is that they all felt like they were part of the same world.
Right.
Because this is a different style to how they might normally act.
Exactly.
And I was going to say, it's not necessarily the acting, well, it is, but the casting. Knowing that these specific actors will work in these kind of roles, especially someone like Bob, who's a 9-year-old kid. Like, how is he going to understand the way this director releases dialogue and says, like, that's
and
amazing.
even the daughter.
These kids are young and like,
just Bob's appearance, which is very unusual, kind of fits the mold of this movie and the story. Yeah. I can't explain it, but it just works.
This is 2017's version of Funny Games, in my opinion. Come on, think about it for a minute. Very similar.
I'd have to think about that. I'd have to give some thought about that. But
I think this movie will be considered Funny Games. The way that Funny Games was like revered after its fact.
Yeah, you might be onto something, but I don't know. I don't know. I'd have
Keep
to think
going.
about it. Well, anyway, but a fantastic movie and high rewatchability factor, I think, and I can't wait to watch this again. This is a definitive treat.
All right, Aries.
Yeah, as I already stated, this is not my type of movie.
Yeah.
So take that into account. I feel this movie. I mean, even if I loved it, it was a slow burn. It took way too long to get to any kind of punchline or anything involving anything that kept me interested into the movie. You know what? It had some famous actors, but
wow,
I wouldn't say they were necessarily good actors. Especially the females. I feel they're a little overrated for what they are. What? They gonna come here?
I like how he holds up his middle finger while he's giving the review.
No,
what does that mean?
It's like, all right.
I got two up.
So,
I got
the girls.
2 up.
What's up?
You know what?
What does that mean?
Both of them. I don't think
That's
they're very
by
good
Nicole
actors.
Kidman.
No, I mean, what do you mean by that? I don't understand.
That they're not good actresses?
You don't
What?
think,
I thought they were phenomenal.
I thought they were.
Well,
Really
well that 20-year-old is actually 34.
But
so
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Far away from.
I'm
BMX
saying I
Bandits,
saw it
you know?
differently.
In this movie, they were fine, but they're not. These two actresses, Hollywood makes them out to be these great actresses, and they're not.
Name who's the other one?
Alicia Silverstone. She's like,
oh, okay.
She was big, and then she was like gone.
Yeah, but
she was in
I
it
don't,
for
I don't
4
think
minutes.
she's. I don't think she's hailed as a great actress.
no, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Well, like
maybe when
Batman and
Clueless
Robin
came out.
for a little while,
Or
she
The
was the
Babysitter.
next big thing.
Yeah.
That's sort of like saying that you thought that somebody from New Kids on the Block was going to be the next great pop star, though.
On paper, Eddie Furlong had a really great career
Yeah.
lined up after him.
And Nicole,
I'm just saying, for a little while,
Nicole
she was
Kidman is
Hollywood's next big thing.
Yeah, but
I don't
Nicole
know what
Kidman
happened.
is
Maybe Batman and Robin. I'm not.
Nicole Kidman is in the top 5 working actors right now.
Yeah, and she's horrible.
I disagree.
I think she's.
I don't watch
atrocious.
enough of her stuff to I thought Stoker was great. She was great in that, and
Did you ever see
The others?
Dogtown?
I
Others?
never watched it.
I mean,
No.
to be honest.
Eyes
others-
Wide Shut.
You know what?
Eyes
Eyes Wide Shut. Yes.
Even a blind squirrel can find a nut. So sometimes
I just
they
found
get
one 5
roles
times.
where they can
Or
just
could
play
find a hand
themselves.
job.
I mean, sometimes
Blind squirrel could bust a nut.
Wow.
Episode title right there.
sometimes these bad actresses and actresses can find roles that perfectly fit them that boost them up a notch. Case in point, Drive.
Whoa! Wow. Aries is swinging.
Eyes Wide Shut is a fucking masterpiece, and she carries that movie.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
No. I was like, I can't even talk to you anymore.
That movie is a
It's
fucking
amazing.
perfect.
It's an amazing movie.
What?
I like it.
Did you ever see
Eyes
Days
Wide
of Thunder?
Shut?
Oh my god, I'm so done.
What was the BMX? Was
You're the
BMX
one. Who,
Bandits.
You're the one who wanted to come back, Aries.
Open wide.
You only have yourself to blame.
Billy Zane.
And you know what? I love BMX Bandits.
BMX
Oh,
Bandits.
it's amazing.
Who
Yeah, it's
doesn't?
amazing.
BMX Bandits rocks.
That and
But
Rad
I don't
together
love
as a
that
double
because
feature?
of the acting in it.
Yeah, well, yeah, she wasn't a good actress when she was like 16 years old, but
You know what? She hasn't gotten any better.
She had.
That's
Okay.
wrong, man.
I've dragged this on way too
Wow.
long.
Yeah, you have. You
I
really
thought
have.
she was great in this film.
Uh,
I'm not
Trick.
saying, yeah.
To Die For, she was good in that.
Yes, she was. Yeah. Raven Shadow. Verdict, my man.
Dead Calm.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of conflicted emotions going into this film. You know, I don't know. And then like
You're just saying shit now.
no. The more I think about things, the more I'm like, oh shit, this is really gonna be fucking shitty.
Come on, Blue Waffle, say
You
something.
know, I'm fucking trying to.
Did you just call him a blue waffle?
Kick butt. But I gotta say, after I watched this in stages. I watched this. I watched.
You were 25
minutes.
minutes the first night. I know. Yeah, we heard the story.
We talked about it.
How do you guys watch movies like that?
Well, I was just, I was.
Go Brady.
testing the water.
No,
Guys,
I'm
the
kinda
Pats are on. The
jealous.
fucking New England Patriots going to World Series again.
World Series.
Brady's so fucking good.
Brady
he's going
got a
to the
home
World
run.
Series. Okay, he's gonna win a Stanley Cup too. You know why? He's fucking pretty and perfect.
Brady got a 3-pointer. Got a home run.
And I did think it was awkward at times, but then as my return viewing, I found myself kind of getting caught up in it, and I also like that it didn't spell it out for you. Fuck it, man.
HURRY. I'll spell it out for you.
Yeah. No, listen. Who would have
I'm
thought
just
you'd see Nicole Kidman give an angry parking lot hand job?
Not you.
Didn't see that coming.
You know what? I kind of saw that happen, and I just didn't think it would be on film.
Well, fair. But yeah, no, fuck it, man. It's a fucking treat.
Yeah, speak your mind.
Yeah.
God,
Nice.
It's about time.
Although, is it bad that I'm thinking about the fact that he has the Irish accent, she is Australian, and the kids have no accents?
That's not weird.
But I
They
think
grew up
could
here.
Yeah,
They're not going to pick up accents from their parents.
Yeah, they live in the United States.
They might.
License plates say they do.
First time Mike says the law offices of Cake Fart and Blue Waffle.
I'm just having fun. No, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Seriously, I did.
Shit. We have like 4 like potential episode titles. All right, so let me give my thoughts here. I thought this was a big time treat. I really fucking love this movie. And this movie was intense. As it just went on, it just kept getting more and more intense. Oh yeah, we're watching the final scene right now, the finale. And man, it's crazy. And this was a tale of someone who, like, as I said before, like kind of someone who has known he's done wrong and having to come with terms with accepting the punishment that comes along with it. That's kind of what I was thinking. The more we talk about it, I don't know if I think there's a lot more going on. That's kind of really trivializing it to say just that. But, you know, as I read earlier from that Vice article, I think it combines Greek tragedy and body horror in a flawlessly told story. And I think it's the first time this is the first film I've seen from Yorgos, but I definitely want to go back and watch a bunch of his other flicks, because after seeing how masterful of a director he is, I got to go back and see the others and see sort of what led up to this.
Definitely watch Dogtooth.
Okay. I will.
This scene.
He came out with fucking Dogtooth and got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. And that was his first flick, right?
Yeah. And it's so oddball in the sense of, like, he was up for best foreign film, so...
Is it available on DVD or Blu-ray or...
Yeah, I got DVD and Blu-ray. Which one do you want? I got you.
VHS.
Well, you know what?
No.
I was looking at...
All right, hold on. There is a scene in Dogtooth where a father takes a VHS of Rambo, duct tapes it to his hand, and beats someone with it.
Really?
So, yeah, it's the fucking best movie ever.
That's great. He looks
That's worth it alone.
And
yeah.
You know what I really enjoy? I mean, I don't know. Well, Wolfie, did you give you...
The last thing I'm going to say, huge treat. Definitely a treat for me, so... Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say, you know, I'm looking at the poster art for all his films, and they all look
similar,
like
yeah.
some. They all have a similar theme. They almost look like Criterion covers, really.
And they probably will be eventually.
Yeah.
I think Dogtooth got released on Criterion.
And honestly, if you guys look at the poster I have up here on XSplit, that to me reminds me of that's like a Kubrick like poster. It almost looks like the monolith in it right there. You know, like I don't know, that read very Kubrick to me. That's why I ended up just choosing that poster. But I think Mars is actually asleep right now.
Yeah, very minimalistic.
Mars is asleep. All right, so that is going to do it.
I don't get to give my verdict.
You're asleep. Go ahead, Mars.
I don't feel good, Johnny.
Why? Are you all right?
No.
Is it too hot?
I don't know.
Open the door.
Trick.
Take your sweater off.
I don't want to.
Take your clothes off.
My nipples are hot, too.
Let's all get naked.
Don't put that idea in his head.
Well, that's fun, Jared.
He's come into this room naked before.
That's
Trick.
true.
Mars, it's because you're a lightweight now. You don't drink anymore.
I haven't had anything to drink, really.
Oh, well, that's what I mean. You're a lightweight.
Trick.
That's it?
Yeah, I really... I thought there was a brilliant movie in here, but I couldn't find it. It's not for me. I do now understand why when you deal with Refn or even QT, a lot of other directors that have, hawks, like a lot of other directors that have stylized dialogue, why people can't get into it. But for me, this was just, I don't know, this was like counter dialogue for me in the sense where I felt like this did the opposite of what I love about meter dialogue. It just kind of dragged me down. And also, I felt there was some really big flaws in I mean, I don't know, for a really fucking shitty, trite way to put it, I just felt like this was too hardy for me. And there were things in the script that supported it. And there were things in the overall filmmaking supported it. There were some stunning shots. Actually, you know what I'm going to say? I think that there is something to watch here. Maybe not for me. This is my.
It's not the film for me.
Right. Yeah. So I'm going to say this is a tepid treat because I do think that there's some good filmmaking here, but I think that it's really just fucking like it's groan-inducingly try-hardy sometimes. But it was mostly script reasons that supported that for me. The secret time, and the relationship between the some of the decisions that the young girl made in presence of the boy, like that just stuff was just like I feel like when you lead with someone's period, you're intentionally trying to make people be off their guard, and I feel like that's just a little. That's like this was about as subtle as like a Hatchet movie in that sense. So, but I mean, there was some beautiful stuff here, and I am not upset that I watched it. So, mostly I would say that this is just
nice.
Mostly I would just say that this is aggressively mediocre.
I don't feel like a terrible person anymore. I feel like vindicated.
Yeah. Make out.
Give him a hand job.
So this is yeah, I would say this is just pretty mediocre. I do think
Handy it out.
I hate to use this term, but I would say overrated is what I'm looking for.
Thank you for making me the only asshole in the room.
Why?
What? Because I'm the only one who said trick.
I think that you might have to talk to your parents about that, but
you would have killed yourself to save us all.
No
Thank you.
judgments. I mean, I totally understand why this film is not for everyone.
And the director himself
not.
says that he understands that his films aren't for everyone. He knows that.
After I watched, when I was reading our text, Ghost Story, I was like, I fucking love that movie. I will never recommend it to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I know I like it, but I know if someone else were to watch it, they're like, what the fuck are you thinking? And this kind of falls in the same realm. It's just I enjoy it, but I totally understand how everyone else, like anyone else, can fucking hate it.
I could see it too. Yeah,
I get
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Right, it's definitely not like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? That was
It's
awesome.
not like polarizing. Like,
And-
if you were to like the movie, you can't look at someone else who doesn't like it and say you're
crazy.
you don't get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, I can see why you don't like it, and that's good filmmaking in a way.
Raven Chow,
you make the movie you want to fucking make.
Raven Chow, I gotta say, I'm a little single teardrop came down my eye. I'm proud of you. You're growing.
See?
You're a growing boy.
And showing.
You're learning how to lie.
I did it a long time ago.
He's always known how to lie.
Yeah, I should say I love you. I'm glad I got married. That was a good decision. No, I'm teasing. I'm having fun with you.
It was an expensive decision.
Yeah, fuck getting married.
She doesn't listen. Don't worry.
That's fair. No, I'm having fun with everybody.
Hey, can I get the $50 back that I gave you during when you got married?
No, that check bounced.
You want to pay me to film the next one?
Yeah, ooh,
I'll do it.
All right, so we're gonna let's talk about what we're gonna do next week. We got a new thing coming up. You guys are gonna be pissed at me. It's great. I love it.
Are we actually going to pick the movie like here tonight?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Next week.
Don't be so excited.
I'm just excited to know more than 2 days ahead of time.
Next
hashtag French.
What the fuck?
The first one.
No. This is not December.
I know.
This is not December.
No, it is not December, but it is the retro reboot resurrection. We're doing a new gimmick.
Can I come back?
Sure. You're always welcome.
I don't
want to watch the new one.
I don't know what any of that means.
All right, so what we're doing is we're taking an original film, we're watching that. We're taking the remake, we're watching that. And we're going to watch both, and we're going to review both.
Oh, I can get behind that.
Okay.
Yep. So we kind of talked about it, but the film that we're doing, it's a little film, little upbeat number called Inside.
Nice. All right.
Fucking, I love the
One of my
original.
favorite films of all time.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, Trick.
Really?
Treat.
I was like mid high five. Like,
Yeah,
get
you
the
were
fuck
what?
away from
What?
me.
Wait, is that one of his fucking films?
Who?
One of his films?
It's
No,
like
it's
French
more of a
extremism.
It's one of like more of a Mars film.
Yeah, it's more my film.
Yeah.
It's literally one of my favorite films ever.
We've talked about it.
Some girl's pregnant on
Here's what I will
Christmas
say,
inside of a
Raven
house, and
Shadow.
Someone else comes in like, give me that baby.
Here's what I will say.
That's the movie.
Me and Derek Ring, who draws dead people for a job, about 45 minutes into Inside, had to stop it and take a walk around my neighborhood before we could finish it.
All right. So speaking of lying, next week, guess who's going to be fucking
You know
really
what?
good at
I
it?
was a little excited because I was like, "Oh, good, 2 movies, and I only have to watch one." But I haven't seen.
Just watch the original and just be like, the remake was terrible.
But I
tell
figured
that by the trailer.
But I thought like,
although it has who's it? Laura Herring.
Yeah.
From Mulholland Drive.
Rachel Nichols and Laura Herring.
But I thought like I've seen the original. I'll just have to watch the remake. No, I haven't seen this.
Is it about a pregnant person?
No fucking clue.
Really
Yeah. I don't like pregnant movies.
I don't like
for
pregnant
God's
movies.
sakes.
Could somebody take me home, please?
I don't like that. I don't like
I'll do anything. Can we do? I think the video card's messed up. Can we go to my house and get
No,
some?
it's just messed up for
I
one
never
person.
saw. I never did see the remake of.
It just came out. You done to hell.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like literally just came.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it
You
just
bitch.
it just hit VOD. So
You
Okay.
bitch.
So
next-
no. I'm thinking of
my
Martyrs.
bitch.
I'm thinking of the remake of Martyrs.
And just so you got that came
That
out a
was
while
like
ago.
a year ago, maybe.
And just so you
That's
guys
what I'm
know,
thinking
the original Inside is 82 minutes. Okay, it's a breeze.
All right, good
And it's
start.
great.
It's a breeze, and
Minus
then,
a few CGI shots.
and let me find out what the new one.
You should be able to
So-
smoke a pack and a half during that time, Raven Shadow.
Oh, tell me what I can smoke.
All right, and the remake
I'll give you something you can smoke.
and the remake is 89 minutes, so they're both under 90 minutes.
All right,
Cut
good-
to break.
Good start.
Okay, my Plex is down. I can't watch either.
Yeah, mine's broken too.
I'll make sure you're fine.
What year was the original made?
2007.
And they made a remake in 2016.
Well-
is one
Well,
French,
it was,
one's American?
French.
It was
Yeah.
the first one came out was a French movie, and then they remade it
Inside-
in America, and it just hit VOD. It's been kind of kicking around festivals.
Inside
It's in
came
VOD
out
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
during
yeah.
the French extremity movement, which was kind of all building around the fact that Paris was France, but mostly Paris was basically on fire for a few years. So
But all the films that came out of that was fucking great.
Right.
Most of
I know,
them were
right?
really
Like High
good.
Tension, Frontiers.
I didn't like
Ills. Ills was great.
Ills is the worst of all of them.
Ill. It was probably my least favorite, but
Good shoehorn
Frontiers,
Irreversible in
Inside
there if you wanted.
Martyrs.
Yeah.
Like that whole movement
Yeah,
was
2005,
fucking incredible.
2007,
High Tension.
2008, around that
That
area.
was like the breath of fresh air
Yeah.
for horror that I fucking needed. Because after a certain point, I was like, "Ah, fuck remake."
Well, we came
And I was
from-
just
we
like,
came
"Oh,
from
there's
the-
like
think
French films."
The two shittiest trends in American
High
horror
Tension was-
history. You came from
High Tension.
High Tension was 2003. I think that was like
That was
what
the
kicked it off.
kickoff.
Yeah.
High Tension.
And High Tension was the first movie. Like, I admit, I was really fucking high the first time I saw that movie. Like, I literally smoked like a quarter worth of weed.
I'm just
and we're sitting
curious.
there, like me and my buddy, and like I thought I was gonna have a heart attack during that movie because it was so fucking tense.
I saw that. In the
It was
theater.
High
So
Tension.
I loved it.
Oh, it was so. Fucking
I'm just
good.
curious what they're going to do.
Irreversible. Who mentioned Irreversible?
I did.
Humble Eddie.
Yeah.
You did too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Irreversible
That-
is like one of the
A
best
masterpiece.
films
Yeah.
of all time.
That
and
opening
Enter the
scene in
Void.
Irreversible. Jesus.
Did anyone see Enter the Void?
No, I
Oh my god,
always
watch
wanted to.
Enter the Void, guys.
Jasper
Noé
Noé,
is
yeah.
a fucking genius.
I won't.
Watch it next
I've
week.
given up on him because his wife almost ruined my life last year. So
Last year, he
Yeah,
made
she fucking
great
made-
movies like 4 years ago.
yeah, but she made Evolution, and it was the fucking worst of the worst.
Enter the Void was really good.
But
I like Eddie.
I'm curious
He
to
got
see
the download code too, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's
my
right.
main, my main concern with this
He
movie.
thanked you for it too, by the way.
is
That's fine. Whatever. He
there
likes
is
Irreversible,
There's
so
a
he's cool.
plot conceit in Inside that centers around a historical event that I'm curious to see how they recreate in an American film.
Right. It'll be interesting.
Unless they make the film happen in outside of Los Angeles and
Arbor Day.
or 1988 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Leanna asks, "Is this the same time period as Martyrs?"
Like Inside original.
I imagine.
around
it's-
2006.
Yeah. It was like between 2000.
They were within a year or two.
I think it was
right?
like
To be safe, like
2006.
2004 to 2008 is like that whole movement.
Martyrs
actually
was
have-
2008, and then Inside was 2007.
if you were good enough
And
to
what
be
year was High Tension? Because
2003.
three.
Okay.
If you were good enough to be a patron of the Incredible Talk Without Rhythm podcast, you can listen to me and El Goro talk about Inside.
You did both?
Really?
Inside and Martyrs for about 4.5 hours.
Oh my God, I fucking need to listen to that. I love those.
Hit him up on chat. Maybe we'll send it to you and not make you spend $1.
No, I will pay for it. Good gentleman. I bought your pizza.
Oh, true.
And he got an HJ out of it too.
Yeah. I jerked you off and got you a pizza.
That's a good night.
Smile for once. You look pretty when you smile.
A JBHJ.
All right. So,
all right,
next
chat
week,
room. Please send me an Uber. That's all I'm asking, chat room.
Next week, we're doing the retro reboot Resurrection. We're going to do 2 films. Inside 2007, Inside 2018.
Fuck.
If you guys want, please send your thoughts, podcast at Trick or Treat Radio. Let us know your thoughts of either one or both if you've seen both. And we'll compare, contrast. I think I know which one's going to be better, but we will talk about it next week.
It's hard. It's hard. There are a lot of cases where I would, if I have seen one and not seen the other, I think that there was like maybe an argument to be made. But like, Inside is so fucking good.
Well, there you go. Spoiler alert. Yeah. All right, we're going to cut to a quick break. We'll be back, and we're going to wrap things up.
The following message is a paid advertisement for The Cult of Muscle podcast. The Cult of Muscle. You're either in it or you're dead.
It's the dawning of a new age. The halls of Valhalla have been shuttered. The heroes of yore have either retreated to the shadows or taken to capering for the amusement of the small folk. Their past glories a distant memory. The barbells have been torn from their once puma-strong grips. The beards shorn from their square jaws, only to be transplanted onto flannel-clad, puny weaklings with fingers barely powerful enough to strum a ukulele. The time has come, my brothers, to restore order from the chaos. No longer will our heroes be forgotten. No longer will their great deeds be viewed through a foggy lens of irony. Hear now our rallying cry as we scream it from the mountaintops, as we bellow it from iTunes and Libsyn and Facebook. It's time to join the cult, my brothers. So don your cloaks and enter the Cult of Muscle.
I'm Alex West.
And I'm Andrea Subasati, and we're from the Faculty of Horror podcast.
And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
You go through your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories.
With your hosts John,
Josh,
and Luke.
We have action,
horror,
and adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast.
A podcast for the barbarian at heart.
Hey, you matzo heads. This is Larry Fine, and you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
All right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. MZ was doing a little dance.
Yeah.
If you're watching live, you get to see it. If you weren't watching live, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it to you.
Yeah, well, send all contributions to
Podcast
Kesselwolfenstein at
trickortreatradio.com.
trickortreatradio.com. And I appreciate your support. Thank you. Well, that was a long review, man.
It was very long. I thought it was good though.
You know what? I think
it was great.
I think we were gonna start hitting. I thought we were gonna get to that point where the review was longer than the movie itself.
Not quite.
It was close.
Not
yeah.
quite. MZ, what do you think of my new art?
That's very cool, very retro, very rebootish, and very
It's like an arcade, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Arcade son. So that's going to be the art we use for next week.
Very cool.
Jared's just looking sexy as usual.
No, I'm not.
There you are.
Wearing the Colin Farrell hat.
Oh yeah, I noticed that when he put his hat on. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I have the same one. We're like brothers from another jerked off father.
I'll tell you, he really surprised me. I don't think that much of Colin Farrell. You know, I mean, but I can easily say that this is probably the best movie. Easily say, I can easily say that
was great.
that this is probably the best movie he's done.
Yes,
this and Total Recall.
I agree.
All right, I just posted the picture Raven J did.
Oh my God!
MZ doing the tuck dance.
That is so accurate.
He's got the sidewinders. See, you can see him. See the sidewinders?
Oh yeah.
Get away from me, man!
I just touched him.
Get away from me!
Let's see him. Pull it up.
Hey, get away from me! What are you, Al Franken? Get away from me!
Oh! He's sleeping.
All right, well.
Can we screenshot this?
All right, Raven J, that is a fucking amazing drawing. Thank you, my friend.
That belongs on his shirt. Well, at least it shows how muscular I am, but look how flabby my belly is.
First time Mike says, "Dance, Master Zero, dance!" when you were dancing earlier. You guys missed it. He was dancing.
Dance, I feel.
Oh, jeez.
And Dakota says, "That's horrifying. Nightmare fuel."
Where are there
You're
any
welcome.
muscles in that drawing?
In the bicep.
In the biceps. Yeah.
Those usually
Why
go
is
up,
there
not
muscles
down.
in
Where
that
are
drawing?
there any muscles on you in real life?
His ass.
That's right.
I feel like you look in the mirror and you see Charles Atlas.
I got a muscular ass.
He sees Tony Atlas.
Wow. Tony.
Tony Blinkhorn.
I'm a Simba. I look like a peacock's asshole.
Oh man.
All right, so we are now done reviewing the movie. That was a long review or discussion, if you will.
That was.
It was good though. I had fun.
I
enjoyed talking about
miss
it.
this so much.
Aw.
Come back I literally. Well, I haven't watched much movies, but I don't have anyone to talk about movies because my wife doesn't like the movies that I like.
Oh, you should get rid of her.
No, I fucking love her. I'm gonna keep her forever.
All right. Well, well, if you're gonna be that
she's
way
my
about
property. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
And cue the message board.
There was. Oh my god.
You talk to your daughter about movies.
This movie.
I'm gonna say she's wrong about this movie. But yeah, I like your boobs though. They're nice.
Man, I grew myself.
Oh my god, those nips are so easy to grab.
They're baloney gumdrops.
Oh my god.
That's so horrifying.
Okay, to slightly change the topic, Mars outside said he was going to come across the table at me. So,
I witnessed this.
Here I am, Mars.
No, I said.
Oh,
that's not what I said.
That's
No.
exactly what you said.
I said no.
You said you were going to come across the table.
I just don't have the energy.
Oh, or when you said come across the table, did you mean a different come?
Oh,
we better duck.
ShamWow.
The old NKHJ right there. Just blasting it over the table. Coming at you like blah.
Parking lot style.
Oh, man. All right, so that's next week inside. That's exciting.
Inside bars.
It's going to be a very lively discussion, I'm sure.
Oh.
You ready, Raven Channel?
I kind of want to come back for that.
You can.
I want Jarret back for that.
Jarret, you have an open invite.
No, I don't want to abuse that. No one else wants to hear me talk.
Yeah, everyone wants to hear you.
No.
Everyone.
Come on, just do what I do. Just keep on crashing until you just hear.
Yeah, I'll be part of the gang.
You can have my job
I would love
forever.
that. Like, seriously.
Why
All
don't
right.
you take my seat?
No. You need to be here, but honestly, this is the only thing that my dad's proud of me for. And that means a lot. Like, seriously, like, Thanksgiving, Christmas is like, when are you on Trick or Treat Radio? How are those guys doing? Like, always asks about it, and I was just like I've done like movies, short films, and like I made a career out of playing with the camera, and he's
You don't
just
give
like,
a fuck.
when's the next time you talking with those guys about movies? That's all he cares about.
Oh, that's awesome.
That'd be awesome.
It's like every time my dad brings it up, it's like, oh, he's proud of me for talking to you guys. And every time I'm like, how's Mars doing? How's everyone doing?
It's like
It's
that.
just like, oh.
It's like that scene in Killing of a Sacred Deer where he cuts the kid cuts his hair off and
Yeah.
tells his dad he wants to do the same thing
That's
as him.
exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I want to cut my hair off for my dad. Except, what about that scene where he's like, I'm going to cut your hair off and feed it to you?
Yeah.
I'm going to literally feed it to you.
And afterwards your dad is just
That's how I feel like when my dad says, like, when my dad's like, you're not going to be on Trick or Treat Radio, then I will feed your hair to you.
And then after you're on, it's your dad is like outside crying. He's so proud.
Seriously, on Christmas, because I was supposed to be on like mid-December.
Yeah.
And I
You're
told him
supposed
like,
to be on the Mother episode.
yes.
Yep.
And I told him I was like, oh, I'm going to be on Trick or Treat Radio, guys. Like, oh, I can't wait. And then on Christmas, oh, I listened to that episode. You weren't on it. I was just like, I let my
You
dad
let your
down.
dad down.
It was like the
Oh, boy.
weirdest feeling.
Ruined Christmas.
Like, I haven't done that since
You
like
did
he
ru-
discovered I smoked weed.
You
It
did
broke
ruin
the,
Christmas.
it was
Broke the
really
family
weird.
up during Christmas, man. How
Yeah.
dare you?
I let my dad down. It felt bad.
Damn.
Oh man.
So I'm going to come back next week for my dad.
That'd be outstanding.
There you
no,
go.
I often find myself thinking about Papa Blinks, and I wonder how he's doing.
Yeah. He
It makes me
misses you
smile.
guys.
We miss him.
Should we send him an autograph photo?
You really should.
Oh, 8 by
Like,
10.
seriously, that will make my dad's life. Like his whole 61. Born in 61. How old are you now? Whatever.
MZ's good at math.
Yeah.
Born in six. He was born
He's
in
60
Born in
61.
61.
66.
He's 66.
Okay.
56. He's 56.
No, 56.
So his 56
Oh,
years
sorry,
of life,
sorry, yeah.
this will be the most proudest moment if he gets an autographed picture of all of you. He would just be like, I've died and gone to heaven.
Now,
But
is he
has-
asking? Is this his slick way of asking for an autographed picture from all of us by asking you to say?
He didn't ask me, but like, if you guys were to give me this and I were to give it to him, it would be like the best Christmas present ever.
This was something
but
I
now he's
suggested.
gonna hear about it because he listens to every fucking episode.
So now we need to come up with a
Tony Blinks.
with an 8x10 because I don't think we have any.
You know
And
what?
you gotta squeeze you in there too.
No, we do have them because
no, I
he
found
printed them out.
yours.
Yeah, did you-
I found an 8x10 of you, and I was just like,
Papa
"Oh, what do I do
birthday.
with this?" And I burned it. Obviously,
That's why things went bad for me.
I rolled it and smoked it.
Dakota says, "I'm gonna go watch Shape of Water." Bye, everyone.
yeah.
Oh, lucky.
Good idea.
It's a much better choice, honestly.
You should have an 8x10 done out of zigzags.
He doesn't smoke though. That's the funny thing. You always make smoking jokes. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't
smoke dope.
He doesn't smoke dope. Yeah.
Smoke the devil's lettuce.
I'm not saying I have it. I mean, look at
Yeah,
me. But
yeah.
I mean, like.
Oh, I can definitely say you have.
No,
but-
yeah. You were there.
We could all definitely say you.
Yeah, I get smoked out many times back in the day.
Yeah, you liked it though.
Wait, hold. Is Mars asleep right now?
I
think he'd like to be.
I think
Oh, it's some
Let's
life
at
in
least
him.
get you in frame because you're not gonna sleep.
that
on
was
camera.
like borderline Pillsbury Doughboy right there.
Nothing says loving like
Like what?
I don't know.
Mr. LaForge.
Nothing.
Like a Nicole
nothing
Kidman
says-
hand job.
Nothing
Once
says
zero,
loving
I'm gonna
like
shove this
AIDS.
Dr. Pepper up your fucking ass. Don't we have any voicemails?
Yes, we do.
Can we please do those?
Hey,
now?
Jordy LaForge, shut up.
Whatever.
Uh-oh.
Whatever.
John Jerk Picard.
Whoa.
Hey, come at me. Come on. You said
Come
you were
over
coming
the table.
bro. You come at me, bro. You said you were coming over the table.
Yeah, well,
come
don't
on.
It's not.
Come on.
It's not an appropriate place to flirt.
I don't know. He's boasting a Colin Farrell beard. I don't know if you'd want to mess with him. He might have you eat your own hair. Oh, sorry. Wait.
Did you just compare me to him?
Oh shit!
Only by beards.
Oh shit!
Someone's gonna throw
that
bows.
motherfucker's got nothing on me.
It's true.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I'll give him that.
He wants to.
No, his beard. Your beard is bigger than his. Yeah.
That's what she said.
No. The correct word is better. Better. Repeat after me. Better.
Better.
I don't know what fucking Amish paradise down there is so bent out of shape about. But if we can, if we can please get to the voicemails.
All right, Jody LaForge.
Is he on camera right now? Can people see that?
Barely.
Joke?
Barely.
Yeah.
He's
People
barely.
can see him.
Come over here. Boo.
All right, we got 2 voicemails, so it's a pretty light
2?
voicemail night.
All right, I get to go
I
to
don't-
bed at a reasonable hour.
I don't think people knew you were going to be on. They probably would have sent more voicemails.
No, they wouldn't have.
Yeah, they would have.
No.
Everyone loves you.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
we love you.
Give you a
Well,
smooch.
I love you,
Smooch
but
and a kiss.
I don't give a shit.
You need to make
Loves
another
me or
short
not.
movie so we can hang out with your dad.
You could just hang out with my dad, like literally. Let me know, and
Maybe for
you
the
can
s-
hang out
Maybe
with
the
my
Super
dad.
Bowl. We'll watch the Super Bowl with your dad.
Oh, there you go.
Go Brady.
Go Brady.
What? Football?
Well,
Home runs?
I know your dad likes football.
Yeah, he does.
He was wearing a nice Patriots jacket.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, when we were filming.
He didn't have to wear any black gunk.
Goop?
Yep.
Yeah, you didn't either.
No, because I rolled with Tony Blinks. He's like, we don't fucking do that. I was in the Tony Blinks entourage. We don't get. We're too thick for black goop.
Too thick.
That's what Jarrett said. He said, Raven Shadow, you're too thick for goop. And I said,
Well,
thank you.
He said your beard.
You can't notice, though.
Thank you.
In all fairness, I knew you were far back, and your beard
was
kind of like had
Raven
its own
Shadow, did
thing.
you ever think about why you were in the back?
I was on camera.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's, no, I saved
Yeah, actually, you probably were on more than I was.
That's it. You know what? 'Cause I was hanging out with Tony Blinks.
No, you could see all of you guys.
Yeah, no, you can see all of us, but I think Raven Shadow is a little bit more prominent.
I made sure of that because there was other people that were like, "Oh, hey, I'll do it," and I was like, "All right, you get like in the front, so you're gonna be past me."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep my boys
in the back.
where they need to.
And I suffered for my art because I didn't wear my coat.
Oh, fuck you! Suffered for your art.
It was cold that day.
Yeah, it was fucking freezing. I was in a shed for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I was in a car.
Getting some
getting
guy
the right
with
shot.
a radio.
He loves his leather jacket.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks he looks cool.
I do look cool in that. I look like Jack Knight Starman.
Damn, it was cold that day.
Yeah, it
Just
was
because you got
fucking
the pin attached to it.
I can't wait to not do a short ever again.
Oh, you got to do a feature.
Full length.
No, I say that now. I'll probably shoot a short in like 2 weeks.
Hey, you need a star for your feature? Right here. Right here.
Ooh, yeah.
Right here. This guy. I mean, this is the star of Blood Pigs and Fetus.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Hey, I got some Hollywood director
don't forget.
that's trying to woo me to come on in.
Who's that?
In Star. I forget his name. What was his name?
Tim Burton.
Oh, I wish.
We were gonna make a fucking awesome music video, but Tiny Wife's a communist.
Wow. She's not going to hear that.
Oh.
That's why you said it.
She took down the maze.
Well, I don't think she did.
We'll do it next October.
No, she did. Yeah, well,
Pretty
I
sure.
probably won't have any songs next October.
You will
No
still have the song that's around this October.
Can we please play the voicemails? I'm gonna vomit.
Oh my god.
All right, so we have 2 voicemails. Let's start off with Leanna.
Hi guys, it's me, Leanna. First of all, I'm sorry to say I don't have a review this week, and I'm also sorry I missed voicemails last week. But I am, for one, really excited about your review this episode. I've seen some scenes of the killing of the sacred deer, and I've seen it's gotten generally positive reviews, so I hope you guys like it. It certainly looks beautifully shot. Your poem of the week is called "The Fearful Traveler in the Haunted Castle." by George Moses Horton.
Oh.
Oft do I hear those windows open shut with dread surprise, and spirits murmur as they grope, but break not on the eyes. Still fancy spies the winding sheet, the phantom, and the shroud, and bids the pulse of horror beat throughout my ears aloud. Some unknown finger thumps the door, from one of faltering voice, till someone seems to walk the floor with an alarming noise. The drum of horror holds her sound, which will not let me sleep, when ghastly breezes float around, and hidden goblins creep. Methinks I hear some constant groan, the din of all the dead, while trembling thus I lie alone upon this restless bed. At length the blaze of morning broke on my impatient view, and truth or fancy told the joke, and bade the night adieu. 'Twas but the noise of prowling rats, which ran with all their speed, pursued in haste by hungry cats, which on the vermin feed. The cat growled as she held her prey, which shrieked with all its might, and drove the balm of sleep away throughout the livelong night. Those creatures crumbling off the cheese, which on the table lay, some cats too quick the rogues to seize, with rumbling lost their prey. Thus man is often his own self, who makes the night his ghost, and shrinks with horror from himself, which is to fear the most.
Nice.
That's even better than when he parted the Red Sea.
It's not that Moses, Jesus.
That's very cool. Good.
Yeah, I was just chuckling a little bit because Blake's took it.
Yeah, he was so into that poem, which I was too.
Yeah,
it was
Blake,
great, but I had to take a picture with MZ, like
a selfie with MZ with his eyes closed.
It looks like he's about to kiss you, and you snap the photo of him.
Yeah,
I like so happy for
I'm
that kiss.
HBHJ from.
Oh, that was a good one though, Leanne. I'm not
good.
familiar with George Moses Horton, so
No, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was good. So thank you for calling in and for imparting some culture on a bunch of jabronis like us. And now let's hear from First Time Mike.
Ooh. What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike. How's everybody doing?
Woo woo.
And hello to my boy, Jarret Blinkhorn, Jaja
My
Blinks,
boy.
proprietor and owner of Blinkbuster Video. How you doing, sir?
Yeah,
Always
boy.
Good to hear and see you if you're in the studio tonight. And my question for you today is, what, like, either like old VHS or like maybe even obscure TV series or something, would you like to see a good like Blu-ray or even DVD version of? That's for two reasons. First reason is by this Friday I should be getting my copy of the Blu-ray of the 35th anniversary of one of my favorite movies I used to rent all the time. I have a solid VHS copy of You're the Hunter from the Future, starring the amazing Reb Brown. So that's all in my future. And while looking for something to watch on a Saturday after one of my usual streaming shows was not a great episode, I went to... I remember looking to, and I watched for the first time in quite a couple years, Night Flyers, 1986 adaptation of the George R.R. Martin novella about a haunted spaceship, a hologram man, Catherine Mary Stewart looking great, Michael Praed as a hologram ship, Michael Despars with crazy hair, and supposed to be a psychic, and Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
How can you go wrong with that? Looks like it's filmed through the same filter that they use for Fulci's Conquest, an amazing movie, but has never had a great Blu-ray or even DVD release. And I'm genuinely curious about like what even like obscure television show that maybe some local thing that you would like to see, on DVD on your big screen in a high quality print. I know we've talked about these questions before, but I'm always curious about what you guys' answers are. And I'd like a question that Monster Zero could answer, because the comic stuff, man, last week he looked like his eyes are gonna glaze over and he was gonna pass out. So a solid question Monster Zero can answer as well. This is first time Mike, wishing you all the best, and congratulations on the Patriots going to the Super Bowl again. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, hey, wish you guys the best. Well, hey, yay Super Bowl. Not messing with the Patriots, but, congratulations. You guys earned it. This is first time Mike. Talk to you later. Bye.
Go Brady.
I fucking love that guy.
Yeah, he is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And that is a fantastic question, which I don't have an answer for yet. So if anyone has something.
Spookies.
It was a TV show?
No, he said like
VHS
or VHS.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought he said TV show. Strictly TV show.
Nope.
I got one.
Go.
I don't know how it would be improved upon by being on a better screen, better picture. But I've not seen it since I was a kid. But back in the early days of like Fox, maybe like even pre-Married with Children and 21 Jump Street, there was a show, or at least maybe those shows were in year one. There was a show called Werewolf, the TV series.
Oh yeah.
Which I remember liking a lot. I remember like the guy had that
pentagram?
midnight pentagram would like start in his
and it would
palm.
start bleeding when he
was gonna change, and he would like cross the country having adventures and shit like that.
Intro, like the opening theme.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was fucking dark.
So you remember, I've never
Was it scary?
Yeah, it creeped the shit out of me when I was
Like
a kid,
in
but I
Search
saw
of?
it when I was
Like in Search
6.
of?
It's not as scary as In Search of, but I remember I had fond memories of it because it wasn't straight up. Oh, I mean, it was a werewolf show, but he was like a young kid trying to find the one that made him, and if you could find the werewolf that made him, he could
and you
break
kill
the
him,
curse.
then you're cleared of the curse. Yeah.
So
that was a great fucking show.
Right,
Yeah, oh yeah.
There was that.
I haven't seen all of it, but
yeah.
Is that Radio Channel?
Oh my god, that's it.
This was on Fox?
Yeah, early Fox.
Lance Legault is Alamo Joe.
Wow, Alamo! I remember that Alamo Joe.
I don't remember the name.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
87. Yeah.
The pilot's on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Watch it. Yeah.
One of my best recent discoveries was an episode of Amazing Stories that had to do with a mummy.
Yes.
It was called
yeah.
Mummy Daddy, I think.
Yep.
You know the one I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Was it called Long Bum?
Long
long back.
She doesn't say that anymore. She's like a grown up now. No, today she said the word dick.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really funny because my friend stopped by to drop off a camera, and my
Said,
dog.
"What's up, Dick?"
My dog was licking my other dog's dick, and I thought it might have been puking.
Yeah, a little puppy.
And I
porn,
looked at
man.
my dog and I was like, "Is she puking or is she just licking the other one's dick?" And she goes, my daughter turns to me and goes, "I think he's licking his dick."
Oh my god!
And I called my wife instantly, like,
your daughter.
Your daughter.
Do you know what your daughter
Yeah.
just said?
But Werewolf is a fucking great show, and I recently rediscovered an Amazing Stories episode that had to do with mummies, and it was like I watched it by myself, and then I waited till my wife and daughter got home and said, like, we're watching this all together, and it was so much fun. I think it was called Mummy Daddy.
I think you're right. I visually, yeah, they had the sarcophagus, and
It was like they were filming like the whole episode because Amazing Stories was very like Spielbergian.
Right.
And so they were filming this. They were filming this mummy movie.
That's right.
And they called cut, and they said, "Oh, the mummy actor, like you can either get out of makeup or you can just stay in makeup, take your lunch, whatever." And they found out like, "Oh, my wife's delivering like our child," so he had to get to the hospital.
That's right.
But in that transit, he stumbled across like a group of rednecks that thought he was an actual mummy because there was this local legend and whatnot, and madness ensues, and it was the best discovery I've seen in so fucking long.
Have you guys ever heard of a show called Throb from 1986?
No, but tell me more.
It apparently stars Paul Walker. Or,
Really?
Yeah, it's the son is played by Paul Walker. I gotta check the theme over here.
What about Tammy and the T-Rex?
Yeah. Mars reviewed that. He reviewed it on Outside the Cinema.
Wait, I do remember this.
See?
I've seen this.
Diana Canova.
That's yeah, radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my joint.
It's Paul Walker.
I like her.
There he is.
Oh, little Paulie Walker.
Paul W. Walker.
Yeah, man. Don't fucking tell
You
me about
saw some
Rob.
fucking shitty TV.
I didn't get out much.
Did you ever leave your house?
Yeah, when you pick me up, we go to Denny's and play pool.
Spending his time in this sexy speakeasy, also known as his bedroom.
I'm working throb. Yeah, baby.
That wasn't my pick, but just
who picked that?
Just saying. I'm just going through some obscure.
The Vin
80s.
Diesel calling?
No. Square Pegs. I think I remember
Yeah, Square
that.
Pegs was dope, dude.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
I enjoy Square
Pegs. Square Pegs.
Listen,
No.
I got this whole high school thing psyched out.
That was
It all breaks down into cliques.
Sex in the City.
Cliques? Yeah, you know, cliques.
Yeah, Sarah
Little
Jessica
in-groups
Parker's
of different
in
kids.
this.
Yeah.
All we have to do is
Okay,
come
I
to
do
the right
remember
clique
this,
and we
yeah.
can finally have a social life that's worthy of us. No way. Not even with cleavage. I told you, this year we're gonna be popular. Yeah? Yeah. Even if it kills us.
Yeah, Mars is right.
Always never quite right.
Yeah.
I'd like it if they like us, but I don't think they like us.
Jamie Gertz.
Gertz?
Jamie
Yeah.
Gertz, yeah.
Muffy.
I wear my glasses. I
Tracy Nelson. Yep.
One size does not fit all.
I can't believe you you remember that. It's crazy. I remember the show, but I don't know that I really watched it very much.
Oh, yeah.
Square Pegs, yeah.
That was dope.
Let's see what else we got on this list here of obscure shows.
There was another show on Fox, too. It was on the same night as Werewolf, was The Adventures of Beans Baxter.
I remember that.
Which is kind of like a spy type flick. Like he was like a young James Bond, but American and awkward.
Jesus Christ, did you see The Sun before you were 18?
The Littles?
Yeah,
I remember
dude,
The Littles.
Joni Loves Chocolate.
We are the Littles.
Is that how it went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Click on it. We're the motherfucking little son.
I have a very special secret. I'm the only
I
one
jerk
who
off
knows
my
about
dad.
tiny people living in our walls called the Littles.
I come in my socks.
Hey, Shock.
Yeah, the movie The Borrowers stole from this. Right?
Wow.
Let me jerk off your dad. Wait, his name is Dickie Little?
Dickie Little, yeah.
Hey,
The
little
Littles.
Dickie. Let me
That looks like Mario.
Let me give you a chili dog.
Little on the nose.
We'll call a callback.
My Sister Sam with Pam Dollar.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a sad
With,
though,
with that
program.
girl with the dead girl, Rebecca Schaefer.
Okay, thanks.
No, she was murdered.
The Edison Twins. I don't remember that. Oh, Greatest American Heroes. That was going to be my pick, but it's already on DVD, I guess. I didn't.
Yeah, it's out.
Did it get a
Let's
Blu-ray?
call it like a good release.
You're
I don't
going
think it
through
got-
these
Okay.
fucking TV shows. You can't think of a fucking good horror movie that deserves a good release. That's only on VHS.
Well,
And we're talking about the fucking Littles.
Neon Maniacs? No?
Don't
Well,
say that
for
to
some
Code
reason,
Red,
when
you
I
fucking
listened to his
Clint
voicemail, I focused on the TV thing.
There was
So
a-
that's why I was thinking of TV.
There was a movie I've never saw. I remember the old video stores. I remember the poster though. I don't know if I ever talked about this. I've never seen it. I've never known anyone who's ever saw it. But the poster always stuck out for me. It was a girl like kind of sexy on a bed
And saying, please be kind and rewind.
no,
Death Spa.
but like a giant, like kind of like a demon, almost like Nightcrawler looking like gargoyle. The movie was called Gothic.
Gothic, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ken Russell.
Ken Russell.
It's
Gabriel
coming
Byrne.
out on Blu-ray in like
Very
3
soon.
weeks.
Yeah.
Really, I've never seen it. Is it any good?
I love the lighting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Gabriel Byrne and
Yeah.
Okay, well, Burns in it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I always see that poster.
It's an okay film. It's not.
It's supposed to be Mary Shelley and all that.
Yeah.
That Weekend Byron.
Okay.
I mean, for a movie, it's tough because
is it a gargoyle or is it a little kid that looks like a Vulcan?
I could pick a movie.
Maybe that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really horror per se. It's more of a horror comedy. But it's one that I always watched when I was a kid, and I really wish this would come out on DVD or Blu-ray. And it might be available on YouTube. It's called "It Came from Hollywood."
It's on. I watched on YouTube recently.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, it's basically a collection of.
It's the comedy version, like the B-movie version of Isle of Terror.
Yeah,
Terror in the Isles.
That's a fair assessment to make. Sure, it's like the comedy version of Terror in the Isles, and the only difference is that instead of Donald Pleasance and who else? Other people that were in that one.
Bunch of motherfuckers.
Nancy Allen.
Nancy Allen.
Yep.
You can just look to your left.
I know.
Gilda Radner.
John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, Cheech and Chong.
Oh.
And
I got my pick. Sorry.
And so they would just do these little vignettes in between these categorized clips from old 50s horror and sci-fi flicks that were just so cheeseball that you can't help but laugh at them. And quite honestly, you laugh more at those than you do at the actors trying to make funny quips and witticisms in between the clips. But it's fun to look back at all these films that were made, in Hollywood, with meager budgets, and people actually went to go out and see these things in the theater. And it's a shame we still don't have that now, But
that movie is how I first saw Starman.
Yeah, it's
Japanese Starman.
It's a good, fun flick. Definitely check it out. But it is on YouTube, huh?
First time Mike says, "Fuck yeah, spookies," and then Raven J said, "Gothic fucking rules."
Yeah, nice.
I have one more quick one.
Yeah, go for it.
The Island of Blood movies.
Okay.
They were were they filmed in? It's when Corman set up shop, and is he in Indonesia?
Yep.
And they were just super low budget, but tons of tits and early proto gore, and it's good.
I finally figured out mine.
Yeah?
It's
Let's
a
hear it.
crossover between TV and movie.
Ooh.
The Midnight Hour.
Midnight Hour.
Anyone?
No.
It was like maybe 1986 or 87, made for TV movie that was just everything that was great about the 80s mixed with horror, and it was fucking awesome.
You just reminded me of maybe one of my picks.
Midnight Hour.
Did you find the Midnight Hour?
No, I didn't look it up. Let me see.
What the fuck, bro?
Oh, he's fucking big time.
He was looking up his own pick.
Wilson Pickett in the Midnight Hour.
No,
That's what you mean?
get the fuck out of here.
Midnight Hour. This is the art right here?
That's it.
Interesting.
You know what?
85.
LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
That ties it all
and
together.
Dick Van Patten.
No, there's some there's a part where all of there's a town of zombies that break out into song and start dancing and
this sounds familiar.
It's really fucking
man.
good. It was actually a very recent discovery. The actor that was in Signal to Noise, Rob, turned me on to this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That dude's
because it was
awesome.
so hard to pick without because I would say Slaughter High, but that just came out on Blu-ray, and then I would say Opera or Suspiria, but those came out everything that I love has been getting great Blu-ray releases. So this is the one that I discovered recently that has not come out yet because everything else.
I love Slaughter High.
Oh, Slaughter High is fucking
such
phenomenal.
a great flick.
That was one I discovered when I was 16 years old, renting it from a video store, making myself a pizza, and I was just I fell in love with this movie.
I love how Caroline Munro, who was 36 at the time, is supposed
Played
to play
an
a 17-year-old.
Yeah. It's fucking incredible.
It's an awesome flick.
That would have been my pick if Vestron didn't release it. I've been saying that for so long.
Which one?
Slaughter
High. Oh, okay.
But
fucking
that,
Vestron.
fucking Vestron.
Fucking
and releasing Gothic now. But Other than that, like Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, because I fucking love that movie. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Garbage Day is my favorite day of the week.
Garbage Day.
Oh, best day.
Have the Slumber Party Massacre movies been?
Oh yeah,
all of
them.
them.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's the thing. Everything has been like. I was gonna say Blood Rage, but that came out on fucking Blu-ray.
There's one film that hasn't been released. There's one film that I know of that hasn't been released on Blu-ray. At least not in this country, anyway. In other countries, it's been released on DVD. It hasn't even been released on DVD
What's that?
here. It's a little-known Italian exploitation film called Highest of the Skies. I've talked about it before.
Never even heard of it.
It's basically about just go along with the story here because it is kind of ridiculous. It's basically about these two priests and these two nuns who go to visit the Pope at the Vatican.
It sounds like your kind of movie.
Sounds like a joke.
And they all fuck each other, and then they murder each other, and then there's like a turtle that dies.
And what in order to visit the Pope, they're at the Vatican, but they have to take the elevator. I know.
To the basement of the Vatican.
I know.
Classic. The lift.
Yes. But what happens is that the elevator stalls, and nobody knows that these four people are in there. And they're in there for indeterminate amount of time, and next thing you know, they're pissing, they're shitting all over the place. Next thing
It is your kind of movie.
Next thing you know, they start fucking each other, and then finally cannibalism. And then what happens?
How long are they in there for?
Finally.
And then
it actually happens.
They were in there for 3 hours.
Or an hour and a half.
They were in there for 10 minutes.
And then they eat each other.
And what it was it became sort of like a moralizing tale as to whether or not this is a test of their will for God or if there was a real problem going on here.
Well, there's definitely a fucking problem going on.
So
Lots of problems.
But it's available on DVD in
Norway.
in other countries, just not here. It's a hard film to find, but it is out there.
From 1977, In the Highest of Skies.
Right.
I have another
directed
recent
by
one.
Silvano Agosti.
That sounds about right.
Anton LaVey.
This is a weird poster too.
Yeah, wow.
Weird poster.
There's one film. Has anyone seen it? It's called it hasn't been released in America. The title is foreign. I might be Norwegian. It's called Rovdyr. Rovdyr.
I've heard of it.
It's fucking violent. Rovdyr. It was maybe released in like 2005, 2006. But I know the trailer had David Hess's music, like specifically pulled from Last House on the Left, and that's what turned me on to the movie.
Rovdyr. Okay, from 2008.
Sure.
And
Probably.
Norwegian film. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie is fucking great, and it needs a U.S. release.
It's the synopsis. In the summer of 1974, 4 young people are all ambushed and left unconscious. They wake up deep in the woods with no one around but the sound of a hunting horn. It means manhunt.
It's like a Wrong Turn, but like less generic. Like, we got mongoloids coming.
It almost sounds like a little bit like the idea behind what was the Mickey Keating flick?
Carnage Park.
Carnage Park, yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. I haven't seen that in like 10 years now. Jeez.
This movie.
But yeah, I saw it once and I was just like, oh shit, that hits hard. But it hasn't got any release. The only reason why I watched it was because David Hess, like they licensed a song for the trailer.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, they used David Hess in the trailer. I have to see this movie. And I watched it and I was just like, oh, that's too fucking hard for me right now.
That sounds interesting. It's right down MZ's alley.
Yeah, you would like it.
How about Flesh-Eating Mothers?
Oh God, that's out on DVD.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Flesh-Eating Mothers.
Yeah, I had that on VHS actually.
Yeah, I remember the one cover was was it Flesh-Eating Grannies or?
Talking about rabid grannies?
I think it was this one though. I saw.
Flesh-Eating Mothers.
Yeah.
They bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah.
Or an uncut version of Deranged. There's a cut version of Deranged linked up with, I believe, Motel Hell on MGM's
Remember, children,
midnight
wherever you go,
double
there you
feature.
are.
But
Arrivederci, douchebags. Live fast, die hard. With your mask on.
All right, let me get mine in. I was gonna originally say The Greatest American Hero, but it looks like it has a DVD release. But it'd be nice to get that on Blu-ray. But I fucking loved that show when I was a kid. And I remember just like whenever it was on, I want to say like 8 p.m. I don't remember what night actually, but I want to say it was like 8 p.m. I used to like take a shower. You know, I was a kid at the time, get in my pajamas and wait in front of the TV for it to start, and I watch it every single week.
Oh, definitely.
Fucking love that show. And another one, a movie that I saw a lot when I was a kid, and I think it did get a DVD release. Yeah, it did actually. Is Midnight Madness.
Oh, I love that movie
with David Naughton.
Yes,
and
Stephen
I think
Furst, Eddie Deason.
Yeah, I think it's the debut of Michael J. Fox as well. I think
It's way out of print if it got a DVD release.
It did get a DVD release.
Yeah, it is available. Looks like it's available on Amazon Video to rent. And yeah, you can get it to rent.
Leon.
Yeah. Fagga beefy.
Emilio Fagga.
But have you seen that, Blinks, Midnight Madness?
I have not.
That's
Oh,
good.
my God.
We were just talking to David Naughton, Eddie Deason, and Michael J. Fox. I think it's his first role.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
What was that, like 70?
81?
81, I think.
81? Okay.
Early
80s.
Oh, damn it. What's her name? Hold on.
It's a it's like a scavenger hunt where there's like different teams of people who are going all over the city trying to find all these different clues and stuff like that. It's really awesome.
No shit.
I think I might have. Let's see. I think I have a digital copy of this. But no, it's a lot of fun. It was 1980. Yeah, 1980.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, somebody from Friday the 13th Part 2 is in the film too.
Ooh,
she has
of
in a non-speaking role.
Deborah Klinger, Andy Tennant.
Oh God, what's her name? I'll get it.
Maggie Roswell.
Huh?
Maggie Roswell.
No.
Oh.
So she had a pretty amazing non-speaking role.
Robin Petty.
No.
Very memorable.
Yeah, very memorable.
I do love Eddie Deason though.
You should. It's Eddie Deason for Christ's
So
sake.
Midnight
John
Madness.
Fury.
Hold on, I'll get it.
Nick Fury's dad.
All right. Anyone else? We gotta end this.
Kirsten Baker, that's her name. She's the in Friday the 13th Part 2. She's the one who wore the tight Mickey Mouse shirt. Got shot in the ass.
I'm about to yak on you.
Yeah.
Got a yak on you.
I'm just looking at a list. Apparently, Meet the Applegates was never released.
Wow.
Oh wow, yeah.
And
that was a weird
or at least
film.
on DVD, I should say. Rad. Never
Oh,
been-
Rad.
I love Rad.
Rad is great.
Dudes.
Oh yeah, it's Aries
Dudes.
movie.
Yeah.
Dudes, I think, is coming out on.
That was my
I
jam.
think Dudes did get released on Blu-ray.
It's funny if Arkham Josh ever got back up in studio, he wanted us to do that. He wanted
Dudes,
us to
really?
review Dudes.
Dudes, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it might happen if we can get Josh back up here sometime. Maybe Blink. Maybe you can pick him up sometime.
I'll do it.
And the
ready.
Wildlife, which I think just got a release, if I saw correctly.
Shit. Yeah,
Comedy
it's-
from '84 with Chris
Yeah.
Penn, Eric Stoltz, Leah Thompson, Rick Moranis, Sherilyn Fenn, Randy Quaid.
Shit.
How about Welcome Home Jelly Bean?
I don't know that one.
Did
All
the
right.
Wraith get released on Blu-ray yet?
Ooh.
I think so.
Which one?
Because I know it's on like
You can
I know
get
it's
it in
on-
HD. Yeah.
I know it's on like Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
Oh, I
yeah.
don't know.
As far as
If
a
it's on Netflix, then it
tangible
must have been
Blu-ray
released.
copy.
No, that's not true. Because didn't you just see the big fucking hullabaloo of seeing Fright Night 2 on Blu-ray?
Fright Night 2
Fright
is
Night
on
2
Amazon, not on Blu-ray.
That's what I mean, on Amazon, and it
Yeah.
hasn't been released
Is
on anything?
this bootleg? What's this?
That's
It's called
bootleg.
Replicant?
Import release.
Monster
So
Zero?
it definitely has not been
Did you
released
see that
on
Fright
Blu-ray.
Night 2 was on?
Because The Wraith is fucking
That wasn't being
awesome.
released on Blu-ray.
Yeah, Wraith's a great movie.
Oh yeah,
Special edition DVD. I think it's
Yeah,
on DVD.
no.
So no,
that doesn't count.
no, it doesn't count.
No,
guys,
we need a collector's edition
as
Blu-ray.
we said, DVDs just don't count anymore.
Guys,
we need 2 discs worth of like bonus features for
Guys.
that one.
Yes, Mars.
I'm going to throw up so ferociously, you're going to think that we all won Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards.
There's a bathroom downstairs.
Spill your guts.
Here, if you're gonna spew into this.
No, not into that. That's my drink.
If you're gonna spew into this.
Spew into that.
All right.
All right, let's call
All
it.
right, we need to end things.
Yeah.
So, Jarret fucking Blinkhorn,
See you
you're the
next
best,
Yes.
man. You're the best.
I
See you
fucking
next
miss
week.
you guys so
I
much.
miss you too, buddy. It's been
I
too
said it
long.
like 14 times tonight, but I seriously miss you guys. This has been awesome.
Quit your fucking job. Come live with us.
Well,
we'll all get a house together.
Yeah.
We'll take all the money you made from your weddings and we'll buy a house.
Oh yeah, so totally.
So we'll be staying in a shanty.
So is there a
I
room
got
for
one.
my
I got
wife
rooms.
and daughter, or no?
Oh,
Cool.
you'll,
All right.
you'll see them on the weekends.
We
Yeah,
might,
all right,
we might have
fair.
a guest next week. It'd be crowded, but Jarret can sit on my lap.
Ooh, who's the guest next week?
I'd love to see how many fucking people we can fit in here and see if we fall through
Do
the
it.
wall.
Yeah, it's getting to be like
What's
a
the
clown
record?
car.
This is fucking hot in here right now.
Oh, listen.
This might be the record.
No.
No,
Six?
we had the Nickies in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Aries here for that?
Yes.
Okay.
So 7.
We did.
Yeah, he was all
we had
fucking.
7, yeah.
All right,
he was
let's
all
get
fucking
8 in here
sloshy
next
and
week.
inappropriate,
All right.
remember?
It'll be us 6 and
He's
get
like,
2
Look
people.
at all those tits over there. That's how you were for real.
Wow.
I think that's a quote.
I think you're throwing up with your words right now.
Now, mind you, I was looking down shirts, but I don't think I was that drunk.
Well, MZ does have some nice boobs. I don't blame you. Those sidewinders.
We got banned from YouTube now.
Banned on YouTube. All right, let's fucking end this
We're gonna broadcast
bullshit.
live from Pornhub.
So, Jarret
Bye.
Blinkhorn, thank you so much, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you
love
for
you.
having me.
We love you.
I miss you
Anytime.
guys.
Seriously, if you can come down on a Wednesday, just give us a.
I'll see you guys next week.
Then
All right.
I could stay home.
Yeah, Mark,
No,
can
you're
stay home.
coming. I'm picking you up again.
And he's gonna buy you a pizza and a hand job.
Yep.
You didn't have to pay for the hand job.
All right, Blinks. So we'll talk to you soon, bud. Thanks so much.
Love you.
All right, MZ.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
Aries.
Goodbye.
All right, even channel.
What the fuck? You're running amok. Live fast, love hard, die with your mask on.
Mars man. Ah! Ooh.
Remember, children, wherever you go, I'll be fucking hugging
Dead.
the toilet. I wish.
Bring the pink cleanup shit like they did in high school.
Pink cleanup shit.
Aries, I'm trying to get Aries mad enough to kill me, but it's not working.
Well, he's not going to now.
I told you to come across me at the table like you claimed, but you just sat there like
Yeah.
a lump.
Because I am a lump. I'm dying.
He's lump.
Put me out of my misery.
All right, everyone. Next week, we are going to do the retro reboot Resurrection. We're going to do Inside 2007, Inside 2018.
With Jar Jar Blinks.
With Jar Jar Blinks.
Kidding.
And maybe,
I won't be here.
maybe another guest. We'll see. We have someone that might be lined up, but we haven't got confirmation yet. So once we have confirmation,
them.
we'll let you know. And Blinks will be back soon. His dad is going to be very proud of him for being on the show.
My dad's coming next week.
That'd be amazing. I'd love to have Papa Blinks.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Get him in there sometime. All right, so everyone, we'll see you next week for Inside. And for everyone who sent us feedback, hung out in the chat room, and for Raven Jace for his fucking awesome work tonight, thank you so much. And we appreciate you guys. See you next week.